one more series left to go, 3 more games. Red Sox are in town, and yes, it has meaning for the Red Sox. Welcome, everybody. I'm Gary Thorne. For the Red Sox, the magic number is 2 to clinch home field advantage and have the best record in the American League. For the Orioles, therefore, you play for the integrity of the game and for your own pride. That's what's at stake here in these 3 games. We have taken a look at Gold Glove candidates because the Orioles have 5 really legitimate candidates for Gold Glove consideration. We're going to take a look at the catchers tonight. That means Matt Wieters. Matt Wieters already holding down a Gold Glove, and appropriately so. He is one of the game's best. For 2 years in a row, he's been at the top in throwing out base runners. Percentage of runners thrown out, number 1. Only 5 passed balls. No catcher has fewer who's playing on a regular basis. And boy, if anybody plays on a regular basis, it's Matt Wieters. Take a look at the fielding percentages. Salvador Perez has been outstanding in Kansas City. And A.J. Pierzynski, the same in Texas. You look at the numbers, the caught stealing numbers. Wieters first, tied for first with Perez. 7th, Pierzynski. The innings caught, Matt Wieters up on top. Perez has some of those saber stat numbers that favor him as far as what the runs mean to the ball club because he's behind the plate. Those numbers, as we said, are going to be used this year in deciding the Gold Glove winners. We're not quite sure how that measures in. There's some pretty good candidates right there, but Jim, I got to believe Matt's at the top.
Yeah, he does a marvelous job for the Orioles. The great thing, and we got some tall guys. Tillman, he controls the running game. Why? He's 6'5", because we got Matt Wieters behind the plate. We saw Miguel Gonzalez win for the 11th time last night. They've only attempted 5 stolen bases all year long. Why? Because of Matt Wieters. I actually thought he had a better year last year, but he's still at the top of the list. I think the one thing, Perez is going to get a lot of notice because the one thing Kansas City, and it almost got him into the wild card picture, they have the best pitching in the American League. But, Matt, he catches the most innings. You kind of see that a little bit. He looks a little bit tired, but and then again, he's having another good September, which he does every year.
Orioles had another Gold Glove last year, and that came at shortstop, and there's every reason to believe he'll be getting a lot of votes this season from the coaches and the managers. J.J. Hardy makes spectacular plays on the pivot at short. He has a solid arm, if not spectacular. He does not do things in a flashy way. He simply gets them done. He is, in the adage of the game, the guy who throws the ball to first a half step ahead of every runner. Fielding percentage 4th, Elvis Andrus in Texas, outstanding, and Al Escobar has been magnificent with Tampa Bay. You see the WAR replacement numbers up there as well. I think there's going to be a pretty good race there, and probably some tight balloting on the shortstop side.
Well, J.J. Hardy says, you know what, I probably don't deserve it this year, and he said, I'm pointing my finger over at Manny Machado. He's taken a lot of the balls that I used to catch last year. So that's kind of set, and it kind of tells you why they have the best, or at least, the best defense in baseball this year.
And J.J. may very well come away with that Gold Glove again. When we come back, it's going to be the opener for the final series of the season. Regulars are in. Red Sox, Orioles. is brought to you by Chevrolet. Find new roads. The weather for this final week of the regular season could not have been nicer here in Baltimore. Same true tonight. Take a look at our train game time temperature at 71 degrees. Very gentle breeze out the center to start the game. Train celebrating its 100th anniversary by offering irresistible financing. It is hard to stop a train. Really hard. Here's the lineup for the Red Sox. Ellsbury, Pedroia, Ortiz, Napoli back in, Nava, Gomes, Salta, Lamakia, Drew, and Middlebrooks. For Mike Napoli, a sensational final month.
And our scouting report on Scott Feldman. Well, he's been a good addition. He came over on the 3rd of July. Orioles did not have a winning month, July or August. So, again, the 5-5 numbers with him, 7-6 with the Cubs. And then what he's done really well lately is got it all into gear. 3-2 with a 2.08 ERA over a pretty long time. That's 8 starts. Walk on the wild side. His last start against the Red Sox, 6 walks, but he only gave up a couple of earned runs. And then grand larceny. The one thing, talked about Matt Wieters in the Gold Glove, 30 out of 33 in stolen bases, and that's the only really floor. He's a big kid. Well, big kid, he's 30 years old, but big guy out of Hawaii at 6'7". He'll have a little bit of trouble controlling the running game, but great curveball. He's got the cutter, got a nice little change up, and really kind of uses the cutter as his #1 pitch.
Not much difference, right-handers, left-handers against him on the season. 226 for the lefties and 228 for the right-handers. He's had 1 loss against the Red Sox this season and is 1-1 in his career against them. He pitched against Boston on July 27 in a loss, 4 runs, 6 hits, 5 innings. Bottom of the order got to him in that ball game for the Red Sox, and then he was back against them on the 17th of this month, non-decision, as he gave up 2 runs on 2 hits in 5 innings. And Jim was talking about the 6 walks surrendered in the ball game. So we're ready to go, and for the Orioles, it's about, as Buck Showalter said before the game, keeping the integrity of it honest. Oakland's looking to the Orioles to play well against Boston. Oakland 2 games behind Boston for the best record in the American League, and obviously that goes to home field advantage for the playoffs. So that's what's at stake here in this one. Here's Jacoby Ellsbury, 3-game hit streak for Ellsbury, back in action for them and getting enough playing time in so he'll be effective for the postseason.
Yeah, missed 16 games. Fouled the ball off his right foot from a navicular bone. It was a stress fracture, so had trouble putting pressure on it.
And that'll be handled at second base. Jonathan Scopes got it. Ellsbury is retired.
Well, take a look at the Oriole defense. It's a little bit different because then we'll get to that. McLeod, Jones, and Markakis, all Gold Glovers. McLeod with 1, Jones with 2, Nick with 1, and having another Gold Glove season in right field. Flaherty visited the knee injury to Machado. Hardy won the Gold Glove. Scope, this will be now his 3rd straight start. Chris Davis back in the lineup, and then 2-time Gold Glove winner Matt Wieters behind the plate.
And that will bring up Dustin Pedroia. And Pedroia will take the pitch for a ball. Pedroia against Feldman, 6 for 15 with a home run in his career. Chance to hit 300 on the season with a 296 to start in the final 3 ball games. They're every day, second baseman. And the pitch is taken away, ahead on the count 2-0.
MVP 2007. He did hit that home run in the last game, as you mentioned, Gary, up on the 17th. Solo shot.
He'll do it every once in a while. Yeah, and the pitch outside to it.
Kind of a typical year. And, he did have, last year was his right thumb. This year it's been his left thumb. We'll probably have it operated on. So the power numbers, a typical year for him would be, 16, 18 home runs. This year 9, but still the high average.
And that pitch is in there for a strike. And it will go to 3-1. Feldman trying to pick up victory overall, number 13 on the season. For the Orioles, 5-5. This is his 15th start as an Oriole. That's going to be a base hit into left field. So Pedroia is on. Nate McLouth will get it back in. And the Red Sox with a hit with 1 down here in the 1st inning.
Yeah, you get into those good hitting count, and you have to look. Pedroia is a lifetime 300 hitter, so he can flat out hit. He hits 280 with runners with 2 outs. And 2 strikes. It's just an unheard of number. So when you get behind him, which you didn't want to do,
try to keep the ball in the ballpark, and sometimes you just hope he'll hit it at somebody. Didn't.
Now the designated hitter and the DH of the year yet one more time, far and away. Nobody else even close as a DH to David Ortiz with the numbers he's put up this season. He's got a 3-game hit streak coming in as well, and he will foul that one off and out of play. Ortiz, a .290 lifetime average coming into this season. He's hit .307 as you saw on the year. And Ortiz has actually had his struggles against the Orioles this season, hitting only .184 against the Orioles. 3 home runs, 6 RBIs against those pitching.
Yeah, well, they caught him in that 0 for 23 slump, and actually kind of caused it. Not the last trip into Boston, but the one before. And to me, kind of an intriguing year. He didn't really play in the spring. Had the Achilles problem from last year. Only played 90 games last year. And then pretty much his spring training was doing running drills and taking BP, but not actually playing in the game. And then David Ortiz started the year on the DL. And even though he didn't play till the 20th of April, the Red Sox with John Farrell got off to an 18-8 start.
Pedroia with the 17 stolen bases for 22 over there at first. And boy, did he fake a go that time. And if he'd have gone, he'd have walked in on the breaking ball. Took about 3 steps and then came back to the bag. He was looking. See the stolen base percentage. They have, the Red Sox, the best stolen base percentage going in the majors, 86.4%. If they keep that, it'll be the best mark ever. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Pedroia not going, and it's going to go into the corner, and he read it. Nick Markakis will chase it down. He does get the hop off the wall, and Pedroia will be held at third, and Ortiz will stay at first. A long base hit.
Yeah, it's a bad combination. You don't hold runners well. You have the best DH in the American League at the plate, and then you throw a cutter that just pretty much ends up right in the middle of the plate. Now that's a couple of trips to Boston. He wasn't getting that pitch to hit, and he's right on it. Get a little bit fortunate. Markakis does what he does, plays the heck out of right field, and Pedroia has to stop at third.
So the Red Sox, who have the powerful offense when it comes to getting runs in Major League Baseball, get a chance here in the first inning. Napoli coming up, the first baseman. He's sitting in the cleanup spot, .257, 23 homers and 90 RBIs. And he's a .407 lifetime hitter against Feldman with 2 home runs. 1 down. Infield will play him to pull, outfield deep straight away, and the pitch will miss outside for a ball.
Yeah, the Red Sox, they are number 1 in offense, and they are number 1 in on-base percentage, and they know what they want to hit. That was a good curveball, but you can't go up to home plate looking for that pitch, and if you are looking at it, you took a good one. That was a pitcher's curveball.
And that drilled. Pedroia, fortunate to be short, still had a duck as that ball was lined over his head down at third base. He'll take a little what for from the dugout on that one.
Well, as short as Dustin is, he has to concern himself more with ground balls.
That's right. He can get down lower on ground balls than anyone. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Napoli. Feldman's delivery to him, and that's in the air. That's going to go in the gap. That'll fall, take a hop all the way to the wall. Ortiz, who can barely runs, headed to third. He's going to have to stop there. It'll be a double and an RBI. Pedroia scores, and the Red Sox are up 1-0.
Well, don't think they don't check out the films, and again, 2 starts ago, I mean, this isn't just another cutter that stays up, and Napoli just belts it, and he does hit it really hard. And you're right about Ortiz. It takes a double to get him 2 bases. I mean, he is base to base.
Yep, very tough to move for David Ortiz. So a run in and 3 hits in the inning after the first ground ball out by Ellsbury. Now Nava will come to the plate. Nava's having a big finish, .293 in the month of September. He's had 1 home run. He's got 2 in scoring position. Daniel Nava, switch hitter. And he puts it in the air to right field. Nick Markakis will go back at the wall. Goodbye, home run. And the Red Sox tearing it up in the first inning as Nava delivers the long ball off Feldman. Ahead of him, Ortiz and Napoli 4-0.
So Scott Feldman does exactly what he doesn't want to do, have the big inning. And it's not always about being wild and walking people. It's where are your pitches located? And there's a curveball that hangs. Foot down, really speeds up the bat. Nava having one of those incredible years. Buck Showalter kind of alluded to it. Young players that have stepped up for the Red Sox this year. Hopefully that will happen for the Orioles.
So Nava delivers. That is number 12. He's got 66 RBIs and sends Buck Showalter to the phone in a hurry here in the first inning. Still only one out as the next four to the plate after Ellsbury was retired have all scored. Here is Gomes getting the start in left field. And Gomes will take the pitch down low for a ball. So Feldman surrenders his 19th home run of the season, with 12 of those having been hit by the right-handers. Zach Britton getting ready in the pen. And the pitch is taken down low for a ball, and the count goes to 2-1. Oakland will be watching all of this, the team hoping the Orioles can beat the Red Sox because they play the late game in Seattle. And they are 2 behind Boston for the best record. And off-speed delivery and a good one. That's going to be in there for a strike. And the count's 2-2.
Well, in Scott Feldman's last game, he threw almost 29% curveballs and 37% cutters. And that's what's got him in trouble here in the first. They were waiting.
2-2 pitch will be taken outside.
And then he's not getting the edges of the plate. He thought that ball might be close enough to call out Johnny Gomes.
And the count will go to 3-2. Red Sox come in 7th in the league in homers for the Orioles number 1. Did he go? Check it first. No. And that's ball 4. So the walk surrendered to Gomes.
3-2 hook. I thought he swung. No, didn't. When you're that big and you're that strong, you can put the ABS brakes on your swing. And Billy Castro, Oriole pitching coach, is going to come out. Scott Feldman is not an overpowering guy. When you look at his velocity, average fastball a little bit under 90. Not getting the close pitches. Dave hit the good ones. And a lot of times you can be wild inside the strike zone, and that's the case tonight, at least through the first 20 pitches.
Well, we take a look at what's on tap tonight as baseball fans watch the concluding weekend. Tampa Bay is playing at Toronto, still trying to seal down that number 1 wild card spot. Cleveland Indians, who won 7 in a row, they are going to play at Minnesota tonight, as the Indians had a tremendous finish. They are the 2nd wild card team, 1 ahead of the Texas Rangers. And that pitch will be taken for a strike. Saltalamacchia, the switch hitter, red hot, 9-game hit streak. Look at those numbers. 424, 3 home runs, 10 RBIs, 9 games. He's 3 for 8 with a homer lifetime off Feldman. And the off speed, he waited on it, fouls it back. Texas hoping to get in after having the disastrous end of August, 1st of September. Trying desperately to make up some ground. Got to hope on the final weekend that they can win and the Indians lose. Tampa Bay is taking an early 1-0 lead in their game in Toronto tonight. Here's the 0-2 delivery, and Saltalamacchia, Major League pop-up third base side. Feldman will get out of the way as Flaherty will come over and put it away. 2 down.
Finally able to get a cutter off the plate. One of the great pitching coaches, former catcher, Major League catcher Dave Duncan, with St. Louis for Antonio La Russa for about almost 30 years, said the key to the cutter is to be able to throw it for a ball. And the only way you can do that is if you get strike 1 with your other pitches. But Scotty Feldman throws more cutters in the middle of the plate than pretty much any pitcher I've ever seen. And a lot of the time gets away with it. Tonight, not against the best offensive team in the American League.
So now trying to get out of the inning, the 8th man to come to the plate is Stephen Drew. Drew also, like Salty Lomacki, has got a 3 for 8 with a home run off Feldman. The infield will shift, playing into pull the ball. The outfield straight away. Little breeze picking up, blowing in from center field at the moment, but not very hard. Fan Appreciation Week tonight, fireworks night here at Camden Yards. Here's the 1-0 delivery on the way. That was a floater. Didn't get the call, and the 2-0 count.
Yeah, one of those curveballs that just went around the corner. And when your one curveball that you've hung went for a 3-run home run, and Drew, they know he's got power. He took Chris Tillman to the opposite field in Boston over the last road trip. He's been red hot over the last 51 games.
Drew has shared some of the leadoff time with Pedroia while Ellsbury was out, but generally down in the lineup. Tied for 4th in the American League, coming in with 7 triples on the season. He can rally round, and he loves that big ballpark in Fenway at center to get triples. 2-1 delivery on the way, and a good pitch down and away. Count goes to 2-2. Drew acted as though he'd struck out. He'll come back.
Well, a little two-seamer, takes something off, and you're right about Stephen Drew. He was heading for the dugout. I think that Scott Feldman would have voted yes on that.
Would have run to the bench.
Yes.
If he'd have taken one more step. 2 balls, 2 strikes. We've already seen that once this year in an Orioles game, and it probably should have been. That's going to go into the corner and will be a base hit. Running on contact Gomes. He'll be waved around by Brian Butterfield. Here's another triple opportunity. Here's the throw. 1-2 hopper, not in time. The Red Sox just covering the bases here in this first inning. Triple and an RBI.
Man, Feldman backs up, but the guy that was actually backing up the throw to third was Nate McLouth, your left fielder. Tell you, pictures are worth 1,000 words. I won't say anything. All the pitches pretty much right down the middle, and you can't do that against this club.
8th triple of the year. Brett Gardner has 10 for the Yankees. Trout has 9. Ellsbury and Drew now have 8 apiece.
Now, the only good news is that Buchholz, you hope that he actually warmed up and then staying out in the bullpen, is sitting there getting stiff. But he's got to like what he sees.
5 runs in here in the first inning on 5 hits. Middlebrooks batting 9th in the order, their third baseman. And the pitch is going to miss outside for a ball as the Red Sox have batted around here in the first inning. For Middlebrooks, a .278 September and 6 home runs this month. He's tied with Napoli for the Red Sox lead in homers in September. And a foul ball right at the plate. Fair ball rolled out in front. Readers will play it, and there's the out. Got the Red Sox bat around. They get 5 runs on 5 hits with singles, double, homer, triple. They batted for a team cycle in the first. season, and doing that with the victories here this week. Now trying to add to their 83-win total. It'll be Brian Roberts, Nick Markakis, Adam Jones, Davis Wieters, Hardy, McLeod, Jonathan Scope, another start, and Ryan Flaherty at third. Against Buckholz, there aren't many who have those kind of numbers.
And our scouting report on Clay Buckholz. Mind-boggling season. 11-1. He started out 11-0. Toronto beat him the last time. Now 160 ERA, 195 batting average, 2 home runs in 101 innings. Bird handler, 8-3 lifetime. Early on in his career, 2007, his first year, he no-hit the Orioles. And an important part of and a key to the puzzle, because he can be a #1 guy as they get ready for the postseason. And this will be his 4th start since he's come back off the disabled list. And he was gone a long time, all the way from the 8th of June till the 10th of September. So good to see him back if you're a Red Sox fan.
John Farrell had set this rotation up about 3 weeks ago to what he was going to throw here in Baltimore. He wanted to set up for the playoffs, as they're going to have 3 days off and will play on the 4th day after the season concludes. Something he's concerned about. No manager, no matter how long the season's been, no matter how much you've had to grind it out, likes those off days going into the playoffs. It's a killer. It just takes players out of their rhythm. It has killed Detroit 2 years in a row. Here's the 2-0 delivery on the way. Brian Roberts will take it in there for a strike.
Yeah, we used to have to play the simulated games. You really want to pitch against your own guys, but you got to do it. I mean, yeah, it's kind of like we play 7-inning game. You pitch 7 innings of a simulated game because I'd be pitching game 3 and you'd have like 4 days off. So, and you used to pitch every 4th day versus every 5th day. So probably, I guess, if you're banged up and maybe you can get your guys a couple of extra days rest, but you want to be ready, and they're ready. I mean, they're 24-11 over their last 35 games.
Big swing and a miss. Yeah, the Red Sox wish the playoffs started tomorrow. They're ready to go. Brian Roberts, a 3-game hit streak. He is the DH in the game, with Flaherty playing at third and Scope playing at second base for the Orioles tonight. Brian with a big time 364 batting average against Clay Buckholz. Orioles do have some good numbers off him. A couple. 3-2, and that will be down the line and foul.
Take a look at the numbers, the home runs. We're talking about mind-boggling season. Not only 11-1, but look at that. And the Orioles, 2 home runs in 101 innings pitched. And he can sink the ball. This will be a good test for him tonight, though. Obviously, you didn't want to give up 5 runs if you're Scott Feldman, but the Orioles can swing the bat, and this is a hitting-friendly ballpark. You better have your A game out there.
3-2 delivery on the way, and Roberts down the line. That will go foul. O'Brien hangs in here as he tests the opposing pitcher in the first at bat. You will not see the numbers for Buckholz that Jim's talking about showing up in the official stats. He does not have enough innings pitched because of the time on the DL. If he did, he'd be leading in about every category, but he doesn't. So that 1.60 ERA does not show up among the top 10. 3-2 delivery on the way, and Roberts has got a base hit, and he earned it. 8 pitches. And on the 8th, the baseball god said, go ahead and take it. Leadoff single for the Orioles.
Take a look at the Red Sox defense, and Combs, Ellsbury, and Nava. Middlebrooks, Drew, Pedroia, Gold Glover, Napoli, who's played very well. He was in our discussion of Gold Glove first baseman, has the highest, total numbers. And then Jared Saltalamacchia throwing out 21% of the runners, but the second most doubles for the Red Sox. Average up about 30 points, so he's done a terrific job for him behind the plate. Switch hitting catcher.
Now Nick Markakis with a shift employed in the infield against him. And that's going to get away, but Roberts will not advance. Not rolling far enough. Napoli will go over to pick it up. Buckholz, 6 stolen bases, 12 chances against him in the 15 starts that he's had.
Yeah, you would think not that he's slow to the plate, very athletic, and he can slide step, throws a lot of sinkers, but when a guy's got a 1.60 ERA, you got to figure out a way to get runs if you're not hitting home runs, and running may be one of them. Not tonight, down by 5.
That's the biggest problem, isn't it?
Well, you'd like to stay close, so you're not. So now you hope that Nick, and he's been hitting, you can see right there, 6 for his last 16. I had a little discussion. I said, okay, how well do you really feel? And, and I forgot all about this. Last year we had the broken hand, the hamate bone, but he had a herniated disc in spring training. He said that was the thing that probably set him back the most, because he really couldn't work out until the middle of May. And he said it's hard to get where you want to be in the middle of the baseball season, especially when you're playing every day. It's terrific points. He just hasn't had that one of those typical Nick years.
And delivery will go out to left field off the end of the bat. It will stay up though. And a sliding catch. Gomes will put it away. Markakis is retired. One away here in the first inning. Johnny Gomes adding a little dramatics to the catch right here.
Yes. Plays with great gusto.
He's one of the really nice people in baseball.
Well, I was talking, I said congratulations to John Farrell, and the first thing he said, and he said it all year long, hey, it's these guys, and he's one of them.
Yeah,
you got him from Oakland. We saw him when he came up with Tampa Bay, but last year had a terrific year for the A's, who won 94 games, won more than the Orioles, and you get quality people in your clubhouse, they help you win in a lot of different ways.
Yep. Here's Jones. It's not an accident that Gomes has played on winning clubs and goes seemingly from one to the next. And the next club wins, and the last one did, and the next one wins. Adam Jones, 1 strike count, 1 down. Adam, 2 of the 3-game hit streak coming into this. So Roberts, Markakis, Jones at the top all have hit streaks entering this series with the Red Sox. Roberts on at first with a 1 out. And the delivery, a fastball chased up high from Buchholz, 0-2.
Yeah, a little high rider, average fastball for Clay Buchholz, at least velocity-wise, is going to be somewhere around 92 or so. And
Adam hitting .232 this September and 5 home runs. Davis waiting on deck. Buchholz will look over. Adams not had good numbers off Clay Buchholz, .208 with a home run in his career.
Well, he can get you out so many different ways. He's got a big curveball, he's got a cutter, he's got a slider, he's got a split changeup. Ground ball pitcher.
Roberts not extending the lead over there. Long hold. That'll go to center. He had to pull the arms in, so did not get a lot of that. Ellsbury will come in and put it away. And 2 down. Roberts back to first base.
Yeah, Victorino getting the night off. That's why Gomes is in left. Nava probably would be playing left field, and Victorino in right here. Got to pay attention to the way Ellsbury tracks balls, but the Orioles won 2 out of 3 the week before last up in Boston, and Victorino with the hamstring problem had to play center. Ellsbury probably would have caught a couple of balls up in the, what do we call it, the triangle out there.
Chris Davis, full shift on. Pedroia way back in right field. 2 down, runner on at first base. Buchholz gets it in and keeps it down low. Chris 3 for 15 off the right-hander with 1 home run. Buchholz with a 1-0 mark against the Orioles this year. He is 8-3 lifetime. His only appearance against the Orioles back in April 8th. He gave up no runs, 3 hits, 7 innings. Beginning the season 2-0 at that point, would run to 11-0. 0-1 delivered to Davis, reaching into the shift, base hit. Well, that's like flying in a helicopter and dropping it, because you haven't got much room out there.
Well,
all those people standing around.
Playing at Wimbledon, you wonder how do you keep it inside the baseline? Top spin it. That's what he did. And then you hit it over Pedroia's head. You watch him jump. Yeah. Well, I guess that was a jump. A little cutter outside corner, and watch him go out and cover the outside corner. Tremendous strength.
So the Orioles get a chance to get 1 or 2 back here in the first inning, or more with a long ball. Matt Wieters coming up. Matt's got a 5-game hit streak coming in, 22 home runs, 11 right-handed, 11 left-handed now for the Orioles catcher. He's going out with a power finish, hitting .275 with 3 home runs in the month of September. It's a big at bat early on against Buchholz to try and get to him and cut into that 5-0 lead. 2 down. Raiders will take it. It is in their first strike.
Yeah, so the normal velocity is 92. We've seen him hit 90, 88, 89. And don't think that the Juan Nieves, the pitching coach, and John Farrell won't be noticing this, because he will be pitching at some point in the postseason, maybe game 3.
And the 0-1 delivery on the way to him will be taken inside.
Or maybe earlier than that.
Game 3 was the plan, but I want to wait and see who it is.
Well, they got Jake Peavy. He's scheduled now to pitch probably maybe an inning out of the bullpen on Sunday, because his start, game 4, would be all the way to October 8th.
In this series, Lester and Lackey. And that's going to go to center field. Very deep Ellsbury. He'll get over and put it away. So 3 fly ball outs here in the first inning. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. 2 are left on base. The Red Sox lead it early, 5-0. Bay Rays, they've got 90. 4th straight season with 90 wins. They finished with 3 at Toronto, have the early lead there. In the wild card, the Rays can clinch a berth if they get a win and if the Rangers lose against the Angels. And Joe Girardi says he may make another dream come true for number 42, because Rivera has wanted to play in the outfield in a game, and Girardi says he is absolutely considering having Rivera play 1 inning in the outfield against Houston.
I just told him I wanted a high leg kick and an overhand curveball, and he just laughed at me. But I think he probably listened to his manager. You're playing right field.
You're playing right field.
Well, let's see. Where's the home dugout in Houston? Want to make at his age, 43. You got to get him. You got to get him closer to
it on left field.
Yeah, on left field.
Play left field in Houston,
and help him out there. And well, that's the irony. I mean, when he hurt his knee last year, he was doing what a lot of guys do, shagging fly balls.
That's going to go to short, little looper off Ellsbury's bat. 1 down here in the second inning. Tomorrow, Orioles fans will have several chances to create some one-of-a-kind Birdland memories. Fan Appreciation Week continues. 7:05 game tomorrow night against Boston. You can earn an on-field experience, serve as a PA announcer for an inning, even hand in the official lineup card, or throw out the ceremonial first pitch. So don't miss your chance to enjoy an unforgettable night. Get your tickets right now, 888-848-BIRD, go to Orioles.com. Here's Pedroia. Pedroia started that first inning with a base hit. He, Ortiz, Napoli, and Nava would all score. RBI's Napoli. Nava got 3 on a homer, and Drew 1 on a triple. That ball's going to go to left field. McLouth will get over. 2 down.
So get ahead. Use all your pitches. That's not a good thing when you throw for the cycle +1 in the first inning. And sometimes you just go out there. You know, Scott Feldman may be talking after the game saying I had pretty good stuff in the bullpen. But then the game starts and they come up with their bats, and if you don't make good pitches, things can change in a hurry. Happens to all of us.
The only good thing for the Orioles is it came in the first inning. How many of these we've seen in the life of baseball? You get those runs early, the offense gets a little relaxed, shuts down. The next thing you know, it's 7th, 8th inning, and it's a 1-run ball game. We'll see. Ortiz, a single and a run scored. 4-game hit streak for the designated hitter, and the big swing, 1-1. Feldman has had a average by opponent hitters dropped way down. Last year it was 279. This year coming in it is 227. That is a significant drop.
Well, he can make some pitches, and he uses his curveball like some pitchers use their fastball. He'll use it in different counts. It's a high.
That one drill, but right at him. Markakis left a dive and a sinking liner and makes the catch. That'll do it. So, completely 180 degrees different from the first inning as they hit around in the first. A clean inning for Feldman in the second. Live from Hanover. Lewis, you've already won. If I said Lewis, I apologize, Lois. You've already won. Who's on first? I don't know. Lois, you've already won 500 for being selected. You get 100 more for every Orioles hit during the game, plus an extra 500 for any Orioles home run. That's in the 5th inning. Latest info on news, promotions, more games, second chance contests. Go to mdlottery.com. Oh, my God. I complain all season long because I get names that have no vowels in them and are 38 letters, and then I get one that's got a total of 7 letters. Oh, mama. 2 left. 2.5. And the pitch is taken for a strike.
A little longer than that, but I think he'll be all right.
Well, that's questionable. Hardy leading it off for the Orioles. And that'll be down the line in right field and headed out to the seats and out of play.
Well, August, he loves to. Well, why wouldn't you love to hit here? And of course, as you mentioned, JJ hitting almost 300, 299, a couple of home runs in the month of September, and that's home and road. Pretty comfortable place to hit.
Buchholz with an 0-2 count on him. Hardy. He'll again foul it the other way. JJ, another one of the Orioles who's hit well against Buchholz, 6 for 16, and has had a couple of home runs off him.
They were early last season. Buchholz Clay would get off to a horrible start and then kind of right the ship, even though the Red Sox lost 93 games, but he would come back to win 11. But 2 of those home runs happened up in Fenway. And I think he started the 17 inning game we did.
He did?
That Chris Davis started. So that it would come in and
get a win,
get the save.
1 ball, 2 strike count.
Did he get the win too, or just the
save.
Yeah.
And a swing and a miss.
So the stuff's a little better here. Velocity up a couple of miles per hour. And boy, he throws you cutters and all this. And here's a zoom ball. It's a little bit extra. Well off the plate.
Well, the Red Sox will give up their share of home runs, but not this guy. Clay Buchholz facing the team that has hit more home runs than any other and relies on the homer to such a great extent. Strike called on the check swing, Field and Culbreth. Buchholz has given up 2 home runs in the last 101 innings. That is the lowest rate among major league pitchers who have thrown 100 or more innings. And he's not surrendered a home run to a right-hander this year. Ground ball down to first, and that is fouled off. So the Orioles, who rely on homers for 44% of their runs, are up against a pitcher who just doesn't give them up. He's given up 2, both to left-handers.
Gave up 25 last year, which was his most. And like I said, he struggled early, but 19 of them were solo shots. If you're going to give them up, that's should be the inclination.
McLeod will foul that one off. Came back and got a piece of salt to LaMacchia. Nate's coming in with a 4-game hit streak of his own here to close out the season. He'd like to keep that one going. 4 for 16 during the streak here on the homestand. He's had a couple of hits and 9 at bats, including a home run, and that home run RBI. Here's the 0-2 from Buchholz, and a floater's going to miss away.
Yeah,
and 1 ball, 2 strikes.
That's the changeup, and told you again, mind-boggling season. 195 batting average. The changeup, they hit 132. Curveball 267, cutter 165, fastball a little over 200, 205, and that's why he's 11-1. He's playing for a team that's won 96 games. They support him well, and he can get you out 3, 4, 5 different ways.
1 ball, 2 strike delivery coming, and McLeod will take it, and just missed with a 2-2. We'll hold up on Adrian Johnson, home plate umpire who makes the ball strike calls. He has that arm movement that's directly in front of his body, and we are directly behind him. So trying to see that called strike, real tough, but he does holler it out, so you can actually hear him. That'll be foul back, and it'll stay at 2-2. Hilden, one of the newer umpires at the major league level. This is Adrian Johnson, rather. This is year number 5, full-time 2010 season out of Texas. He's already had a no-hitter, the Edwin Jackson no-hitter of Arizona. He was the home plate umpire for that one. 2 ball, 2 strike count. And again fought back, so good struggle going on right here. Buchholz will be throwing the 8th pitch of this at bat, similar to the at bat he had against Roberts when Brian got a single in the first inning. And that's going to be foul back again.
Cutters and fastballs and backdoor cutters. Nate just flicks them foul. It wasn't always easy. The no-hitter came in 2007 against the Orioles. He went 3-1. The next year with the Red Sox, he was 2-9. ERA close to 7 runs a game. Had to go back to the minors for almost a year.
2-2 delivery, grounded towards first base. Napoli. The underhand pitch. And there are 2 down. Let's take a look at our notebook in this series. For these 2 teams now, with the 3 games to be played, this has been about pitching. For 2 teams with the offenses they have, look how low the batting averages are for both. Runs scored about even. Home runs 20-17 favoring the Red Sox. Real good ERAs. In this day and age, anything under 4 gives you a chance. 3-1-1, 3-6-7. So a series between 2 offensive teams that's been about pitching and defense.
And Lackey comes back from the Tommy John, and yet he's 10-13, but the ERA under 3 runs a game up in Boston. Lester comes back. We'll see him tomorrow. He's 115 after struggling for the first time in his career last year. DeBront steps up. Another guy that Buck alluded to, Buck Showalter, saying that you want your young pitchers to step up. LeBron did it. 11-game winner.
Jonathan Scope getting the start at second base. No accident that Roberts is DHing and Scope is playing second. The Orioles want to look. They want to see as much of this young player as they can. Brian, the question of does he come back next year will be answered later. But under any circumstances, they want to know, can this second baseman make it here at the major league level? What does it look like, even if it's only a few games in the final week of the season? The general consensus around the game is he's going to hit. Can he play second base with a glove adequately to get the job done?
Yeah, Buck thinks he'll turn the double play about as well as anybody in the American League. That's what he said yesterday. Range factor. May not have as much range as some second basemen, but then again, when you work with Bobby Dickerson, Oriole third base coach, infielder, instructor, and they've been working every day, you know you're going to get better.
Idea was he was probably going to be a shortstop originally, but the Orioles realizing with Manny Machado playing the way he was at short, and Bobby Dickerson working with Manny last year and getting him to third, what's left probably is second base for the future. And if Jonathan Scope can play it well, it can be a heck of an infield. It is already, but for the long term can stay that way. In the air to right field, Nava's back on it, and he will put it away. So a clean inning for Buchholz, 2 complete here at Camden Yards with the Red Sox on top. A home of Oriole spring training, also a destination for culinary adventure, from the fresh local seafood to an array of Zagat-rated restaurants. And you can learn all about it if you go to SavorSarasota.com. Whitest, sandiest beach in the world on Siesta Key. Here at Camden Yards, real good crowd on hand. Fan Appreciation Weekend now. The 3 games. We'll be back with you tomorrow night as Wei-Yin Chen and John Lester go at it. 6:30 O's Extra, 7 o'clock for the ball game. Sunday afternoon, Chris Tillman, John Lackey, the scheduled starters. It's a 1:35 first pitch on Sunday. And that pitch will be taken for a strike by Mike Napoli.
So now 6 straight years with 20 or more home runs. Kind of tuned up to become a Red Sox by hitting 7 home runs in his last 16 games with the Rangers last year.
And he's put the power numbers up for Boston. 91 RBIs. Picking up the 91st in the first inning when he had a double.
I think he had 27 of those in the first month. So 18-8 start. Last couple of years, the Red Sox have really come out of the gate slowly.
Big cut on Feldman's delivery.
And he doesn't mind striking out either. And he's just going to do it. 182 strikeouts, big swing. Acquitted himself well at first base.
Scott Feldman trying to settle it down. Retired the side in order second after they batted around in the first. And that pitch will be outside with a slider. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Feldman looking for his 13th win overall in this his final start of the 2013 season. 2-2. And another breaking ball that's going to miss. Up and away, and the count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Napoli, who's up that 407 an average he had against Feldman with that hit he picked up in the first inning.
Yeah, you can throw. If you throw real hard, you can throw the ball by, Mike. Got him. Yeah, that's that front hip cutter. The one he hit for the double was up and out over the plate, which is his strength. And this is Scotty Feldman's fool him. Started at him. You give up on it. Catches the inside corner.
So 1 down and the first strikeout of the ball game for Feldman. And that'll bring up Nava. Nava delivered the long ball, his 12th home run of the season, 3 RBIs. For Daniel Nava, his 3rd home run against the Orioles this year, and he now has 7 RBIs on the season against Baltimore. Orioles are 9-7 against the Red Sox. They have a chance to win this season series. They've played well since the beginning of 2012 against the Red Sox. The Orioles have not won 2 straight season series since 1991 and 92.
It kind of started that last 7 games back in 2011 when they helped keep them out of the postseason, winning 5 of the last 7. Carried on into last year.
And the pitch will be taken inside. The Red Sox have had losing season series to this point against the Orioles, Detroit, Kansas City, and Texas. Limited games against those out of division teams. The Orioles, the only one in the division with a winning mark against the Red Sox on the season. Boston at 43-30 against the East. That is the best mark against the division. How about for John Farrell? Comes back after the mess last year in Boston. No matter what, you got to be wondering. That's going to go out to left field, and McLeod, a sliding almost catch. It'll be a base hit for Nava. Ball tailing away from Nate and kind of ended up at his side rather than right in front of him.
Yeah, great effort right here. Ball tails, so he has to backhand it, and when you do that, and you're diving, it's very hard to actually get it in the middle of the glove. You can see it hits right up on the heel of the glove. But playing shallow, great jump. The only way you can even get close to catching that ball.
So that will bring Gomes to the plate. That'll be hit number 6 for Boston. 1 on, 1 out. Gomes drew the only walk so far surrendered by Feldman. And that one's off the fists and foul back. Talking about this turnaround season for Boston. I mean, with Farrell having wanted the job in Boston 3 years ago, 2 years ago, didn't get it, went to Toronto, manages. Toronto really wanted him to stay, but he had a chance to come back for his dream job in Boston. Here he is, and they've had one of the big turnaround seasons of all time. 27 more wins in last year so far. The largest turnaround in franchise history. That'll go to center. And Feldman continues. Give up some hits here. Gomes on. Now the Red Sox have runners at first and second with 1 out. You can win a hitting lesson with Adam Jones. Join Masson's Touch 'em All rewards for your chance to win the grand prize. Just go to massonsports.com to sign up. So 2 on, 1 away. And that'll bring up Saltalamacchia. Red Sox switch hitting catcher this year, 220 right, 292 left-handed. And 12 of his 14 home runs have been hit left-handed. Might want to stay right there. He is obviously had a lot more at-bats. 3-1 left-handed to right-handed. And a good cut. Strike 1.
Well, I asked him today. I said 39 doubles. You know, the home runs down from 14 to 25 to this point. 3 games to go. I said, was that on purpose? He said, just misfortune. You hit some more line drives. He said did try to cut his swing down, but he does strike out a lot. But again, he's one of these guys very much like Matt Wieters, where he plays pretty much every day. David Ross back now, veteran catcher behind him, but he was injured for a while. But he's done a nice job. And all you got to do is look at the won-loss record. Do you fit in? 21% of guys trying to steal he's been able to throw out. But he is a home run threat every time he comes to the plate.
39 doubles, tied for 6th in the American League, and 2 base hits. And that pitch will miss inside to him, so he gets ahead on the count. 2-1. Nava on at second base. Gomes on at first. 7 hits for the Red Sox, who have the 5-0 lead in the ball game. Overall, as a team, they are second in the league. Runners in scoring position, 276. Saltalamacchia again. The big cut. Charlie Lau finish. And it's 2-2. Orioles Hardy holding the runner close at second base. 2-2 delivery. In the air, hit hard. Markakis going back near the warning track wall, up and off the top of the wall. It's a home run. It's a home run. Goodbye, home run. Signaled by the first base umpire, Bill Welke. It hit off the top, over the mark, came back, and the Red Sox now have 2 3-run homers in this ball game. Saltalamacchia.
Our ground crew sits right there, and the ball, if it gets over that little cushion. Great effort by Nick Markakis, who almost catches it. And Buck Showalter's going to come out because, I mean, it hit the cushion and didn't hit the actual roof. So I think they'll go look at it.
Umpires are going to do just that.
And there's no demarcation line. Most of the times you would think there'd either be maybe some kind of yellow line out there. So you can see, I don't know if that's a home run. Now, if it gets up on the roof, it is another 2 or 3 inches. But I think that they're going to reverse this and call it a double.
So the umpires will head in, and we'll have a video review on this.
And I would imagine, Gary, they're also going to try to, where are you going to place the runners?
That'd be pretty easy. 2 score, second and third. How about that?
Okay.
That fair?
Well, Scott Feldman's going to say, no, I don't really like that.
Watch where it goes. That's what the umpires will look at.
Yeah, see, right up here, that line, I mean, if we do it, so if he gets up on the roof, it's a home run. I don't think it hit the home. And then it comes back into the field of play. So if it is ruled a double.
Now here's what the rule says: a batted ball in flight striking the grounds crew shed roof in right field and rebounding onto the playing field is a home run.
Yeah, it didn't hit the roof though.
It hit the padding instead of the roof.
Except that that's why there's no line there. But what should the ball actually come up?
Well, that's as close as you can get.
Yeah, so it hit the edge of the padding going onto the roof.
It's got to hit on the roof. Now the question, somebody's going to say, well, is the padding part of the roof?
No.
There you go.
I mean, the roof's the roof.
No, I agree. I'm just saying.
But I'm not sure that the ball didn't hit the edge of the roof, and that's why it probably went up in the air.
Yeah.
I don't know if they can overturn it. It will save them. I would imagine that if that's a double, one run will score and there'll be runners at second and third. Because everybody did hold up because Nick made such a great effort.
Yeah. Supposed rule is you don't overturn the call on the field unless there's conclusive evidence.
So if that's the case, it's going to be a 3-run home run.
Well, that's a real tough one. Buck Showalter will have that taken care of in the offseason. Somehow demarcating more directly what is and what isn't a home run out there. Coming back out now, they've had a chance to review it, and they'll give us the sign. Bill Welke, the crew chief. They're going to put the runners back out. It is not a home run. And he'll explain to John Farrell what the call is. So the challenge by the Orioles works. Now Buck's going to argue about where the runners should be.
And Jared Saltalamacchia is saying 40 doubles is not bad, but I would prefer 15 home runs myself and a couple of 3 RBIs.
So that was a practice how to celebrate a home run, practicing. Now they got to come back. Now the argument is just what we were talking about. Where do the runners go?
Well,
and all
they
the
held
umpires have to be involved in this. It's at their discretion.
Now, I'm not sure this is going to go your way, but because of the effort by Nick Markakis, the runners held. I mean, I'm looking down on the field. Nava, he wasn't that far, and I don't think that Johnny Gomes was going to score from first base, because if Markakis catch that ball and he didn't miss it by much, he didn't want to get doubled up. So it should be Saltalamacchia at second, Gomes at third.
That's what the umpires are getting settled right here. I think that's the way it's going to be. We're going to get a pitching change in any event. So for Scott Feldman, a very tough final outing against the Red Sox. He leaves. The Red Sox have the 6-0 lead, and Zach Britton, the left-hander, will come out of the bullpen. Because Johnny Gomes doesn't know if he's going to third base or not. He's standing over there. I think he's going back out, and it'll only be a 6-run lead. Zach Britton on to pitch.
Zach comes on last start in Cleveland, threw well, but was all over the place. Got his emotions, got the gut of him, a sinker, slider, changeup guy, and hopefully he'll be able to come in. He does throw a lot of ground balls, I would imagine, because of the scoreboard. You're going to have to bring your infield in. Last thing you want to do, but there are the numbers. Lefties entirely too high at numbers for a left-hander with good stuff, 349, and then the righties a little bit over 300.
So a 6-0 lead. Gomes does indeed come back out. Saltalamacchia gets a ground rule double and an RBI. He's on at second base. Gomes is over at third. The infield's going to come halfway in. Drew up. He had a triple his first time up, and he will take the pitch for a strike. So a run in here in the inning. They have picked up 3 hits, a double and 2 singles, 2 in scoring position for the Red Sox. And Zach Britton working to Drew. And Drew will take the pitch away for a ball. For Drew this year, a $189 off the lefties and $281 off right-handers.
Yeah, but he does have 4 home runs. That just tells me if you make your pitches, you're probably going to get them out. If you hang a slider, it becomes a extra base hit guy.
Up the middle, and that'll score 1. They're going to try for 2. Here's Jones, got to play at the plate. Saltalamacchia, they cut it off. Runner trapped, 2 runs have scored. Drew, run down going way too long. Drew got tired, tagged me out. So they do. And 2 will come in, so Drew gets a single, 2 RBIs, and now it's 8-0.
Yeah, I'm wondering if Jonathan Scope maybe hurt himself a little bit. Yeah, but we used to run this drill all the time. Never want more than 2 throws. I mean, they eventually get him, and it kind of, when he makes the throw, gets out of the way, he goes down, limping a little bit. But perfect throw, nice cutoff. There's Chris Davis going to take the out. You see Scope, it doesn't even part of the play. Just dives out of the way.
So that will clear the bases as there are 2 down. Jonathan Scope looks like he's all right there, but they've turned an ankle. Here is Middlebrooks. Middlebrooks grounded out his first time up. He will take the pitch down low. So a 3-run inning. Saltalamacchia is going to go back and tell Drew, I want at least one of those RBIs you just picked up. Stephen Drew batting in the 8th spot now has got a triple, a single, and 3 runs batted in. 2-0 delivery on the way, and that'll be fouled down the right side. For Drew, RBI 65 and 66 on the season. And Zach Britton now will try and close the inning out.
Yeah, that's one number he's really going to have to clean up. He hadn't really been pitching very much, but over 350 against lefties. That's not going to get it done, even especially if you're out of the bullpen. But Buenas has started at 349 now, even higher.
Three ball, 1 strike count with 2 away. Middlebrooks waiting on it. He'll lash it into left field for a base hit. So Britton has given up a couple of singles. And for Scott Feldman, a tough way to close out this regular season. There's the final line.
Yeah, he just did not have his best stuff, and he's not a stuff guy in the way. I mean, it's a matter of changing speeds, location, never about the velocity. It's about that location, and tonight he located the middle of the plate, and they made him pay for it.
So Britton with a runner on at first will work to the top of the order. Here's Jacoby Ellsbury. Ellsbury 250 off left-handers this year, 328 off right-handers. And we'll take the pitch outside. Wieters making the stop with a glove on that one. 1-0. Ellsbury has already grounded out, lined out. That's how the Red Sox are hitting. Ellsbury's been up in all 3 innings. 2-0 count on him.
Well, they're trying to ensure what they want to ensure, and that's that home field advantage. Did it with
that'll go to first, handled by Davis. He'll take it to the bag for the out. But it's another big inning for Boston. They push 3 more across and extend their lead to 8-0. Scope about that ankle during the rundown. He appeared to turn it over a little bit. Take a look back. Here's what happened.
Yeah, J.J. Hardy thinks he's going to tag Stephen Drew, and then he just kind of goes straight right. Nice little move there, and then right about here, almost like he slips a little bit on that the grass. Tries to get his balance, and eventually the Orioles will get Drew out.
Says he's all right. So the Orioles trailing it by a score of 8-0. And Ryan Flaherty will lead it off here against Buchholz, as Flaherty will take the pitch for a ball. So Ryan with the 10 home runs, 25 RBIs, a 2-homer ball game here during the final week of the season, putting one out on Utah Street. First he has ever hit out onto Utah Street. And for the Orioles, it was the third this year by an Oriole. Flaherty with 1, and Chris Davis has had 2 that have taken a bounce off the warehouse.
And then the other home run was to the opposite field. I mean, blasted one to left center.
1 ball, 1 strike delivery to Flaherty.
And see, if you're play Buchholz, Jared Saltalamacchia, you know that Flaherty hit the 2 home runs on fastballs, and they have a pitcher on the mound. I mean, you see much more fastballs than normal, but it's not going to give him anything straight unless it's up and in and out of the middle of the plate.
Here's the 1-2 delivery on the way to Flaherty, and a breaking ball that will miss.
That Adrian Johnson misses. Too good. He made it too good. It's too good a hook.
Hey, nice night. That's will stay out a while.
It's a hard pitch to call because not that many guys throw it. You got to tell the ump, here it comes. I mean, he used to do that.
2-2 delivery on the way, and Flaherty will take that one inside.
If an umpire misses enough curveballs, you have to tell your catcher. I used to tell Ed right-handed, just tell him it's coming. And he did it.
It's your opinion that he missed curveballs.
Well, Elrod was with me.
It's your and his opinion, and yours don't count.
No, it doesn't. That's why I need a little help from both my catcher and the ump.
3-2 delivery on the way, and that one foul tipped into the middle. Second strikeout picked up by Buchholz. 1 down.
A menagerie of all kinds of different pitches, and then eventually just a good sinker. And this is one of the reasons cutters and curveballs and splitters and changeups, they all go down, but he can sink the ball with the best of them, and that's why the 2 home runs now, and we're a couple of 1 out in the second, but 104 innings now and only 2 home runs.
Brian Roberts at the top of the order. A single his first time up. The Orioles have 2 hits, batting here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. The Red Sox leadoff batter's hit 3 times already, and Roberts is getting his second at bat in the game. 0-1 count. Brian at 249 on the year, 4-game hit streak for him, extended with that base hit in the first inning. That's going to go to right field, and that's going to be hit number 2. Nava over there to get it, and Roberts is 2 for 2. Fan Appreciation Week concludes on Sunday. The final game of the regular season at 1:35 against Boston. First 25,000 fans 15 and over get a Chris Davis AT&T Fans Choice bobblehead. All gates are going to open at 11:30 on Sunday to accommodate the anticipated early arriving crowd. Get your tickets in advance, 888-848-BIRD, or go to Orioles.com. It's Sunday for Chris's bobblehead day, part of the Fan Appreciation Week. Nick Markakis flied out to left his first time up. Runner at first and 1 out. Buchholz's delivery over the top is in there for a strike. Playoffs start next week. The excitement of the second season. And the 2 wildcard teams, of course, will match up in the first games to be played. The team that loses will be forgotten forever. It's the way it is.
Yeah, and Tampa's come up with, they're trailing now 4-2. Toronto with 4 runs.
Great finish to the season here in this final week. I mean, we know Boston, Detroit, Oakland, they're going to go as division winners, but the wild card still up for grabs as the race goes on. Tampa, Cleveland, and Texas.
Well, you get to play at home. You get to play the wild card team who has to beat another team, maybe using their best pitcher to get there.
Yep.
It's kind of what you'd like to have happen.
0-2 delivery, and Markakis going up a little bit on it. That's strikeout number 3.
And just a high cutter, you think it's going to be somewhere maybe a little bit closer to the zone, and it just keeps going up, and he swings right underneath it.
2 strikeouts in the inning. Adam Jones flying out to center field, his first time up. Brian Roberts on at first base. With the right-hander up, they will hold the bag. And Jones will hold up at the swing. The National League Wild Card game will be on Tuesday. The American League Wild Card game will be on Wednesday. If there should end up being a tie, there will be playoff games. It would come for the American League, and those ties, 1 or 2, or you'd have to have 3 teams, would be the Indians, Rays, and Rangers, of course. 1-0 count. Jones fouling it off the other way, 1-1. The way they've the postseason selections have already been made. Should there be a playoff, the Indians would host the Rays on Monday. The winner would become an American League wild card. The loser in the game Monday would play the Rangers in Texas on Tuesday to decide the second wild card.
Who would go to play the division?
They'd be pretty much exhausted by then and out of pitching.
Yeah.
1-1 count, 2 down. Jones hammers it center field. Ellsbury going back of the wall. Goodbye! Home run! Adam Jones, a 2 RBI homer to straightaway center. Number 33, and now has 108 RBIs.
So a career high in home runs and RBIs. 32 last year. Chris Davis hit 33 to lead the Orioles. Adam right behind him, and once again they try to go away. I mean, that ball's on the outside third of the plate. He just massages it over the center field fence. Classic swing.
That is the first home run for a right-handed batter against Clay Buchholz this year. And only the 3rd home run he has surrendered. And the pitch will be taken inside by Chris Davis.
Yeah, this is such a good place to hit. You think in your mind's eye, would that have been off the wall in Fenway? Might have been. It's hard to see hit it.
Yep.
And everybody talking, you know, I walk into Fenway Park, you get a little bit, as a pitcher, you get a little bit nervous because of the walls. The Green Monster 37 feet high, but there are a lot of balls that are home runs here that are only singles or doubles there.
All 3 home runs Buchholz has surrendered have been on the road. That's a long way. And Adam Jones, the only right-hander to get one off Clay Buchholz in his 16 starts. Chris Davis will go out to center field. This one's in the yard. Ellsbury will go over and put it away. So the Orioles are retired, but they get 2 runs on a hit as Adam Jones delivers the long ball off Ellsbury, and the Orioles get on the board. Red Sox 8, the Orioles 2. On Masson is brought to you by Chabon Davis Investments. Chabon Davis providing investments that can produce income from your retirement plan. Call to learn more, 1-800-222-3246 or at ChabonDavis.com. Or head down to the Monument. Book Fair is going on all weekend here in downtown Baltimore. Annual event. Adam Jones delivering that long ball gets the Orioles on, and an 8-2 game. Orioles being out hit 10-4. As we go to the fourth inning. Dustin Pedroia will lead it off, a single. He is flied out to left field. Ortiz and then Napoli will be due up. And the pitch taken inside for a ball. Zach Britton on in relief. Pedroia against the Orioles this season. He too, like Ortiz, has been held down to a .237 average. 1 home run, 8 RBIs against the Orioles. 1-0 delivery. Davis can't get that one. He's going to up the numbers tonight, though. Leadoff single, and Pedroia's 2 for 3 in the ballgame. Deposits are now being accepted for the Oriole Park 5-bagger suite package for 2014. Remember, it is the 60th anniversary of the Orioles. Next season, you can make it a memorable one with an all-inclusive suite for 14 guests for 5 games. You get Yankees, Red Sox, catering, parking, more. Just book your 5-bagger suite package now and receive tickets to opening day. For details, go to Orioles.com/suites. Hi. Here is David Ortiz. Single, and he is flied out. And Ortiz takes it. It is in there for a strike. Ortiz against the left-handers this year, .260. .335 off righties. 29 home runs, 6 against left-handers. Orioles employ the shift in the infield, but don't back up into the outfield very far with Jonathan Scope. And a swing and a miss, could not hold up on it.
Yeah, good location, good velocity. One more home run, he will tie Ted Williams for 7 years with 30 home runs or more and 100 RBIs or more. Sitting on 29 home runs.
0-2 the count to it. And we'll take the pitch down low. A lifetime .256 hitter against the Orioles. Ortiz is driven in 131 runs against the Orioles. 131 in 194 games. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Pedroia at first, nobody out. And a ground ball where they wanted it. It'll be played by Scope for 1. The relay to first, not in time.
Yeah, running a little better there. Nice little breaking ball by Zach Britton to get the ground ball. And because you're playing a little bit deeper, where you should be playing, a little short hop, 4 to 6, but not the 3.
Hardy knowing he had to hustle it even with Ortiz running. They get the 1 out. Ortiz now at first base. Here's Napoli, RBI double, and he is struck out. Napoli's got a .289 off left-handers. Up 40 points better than against righties. And Napoli takes it. It is in there for a strike. Eight runs on 11 hits for Boston. 2 and 4 for the Orioles. Leaders backhands that one from Zach Britton, and a 1 ball, 1 strike count. One delivery. The uppercut on that one, it fouled it back. It'll go to 1 and 2 on Napoli.
You see the approach. And you talked about Mike Napoli, how hot he's been with the 6 home runs here in September. You elevate the ball, unless it's in. He becomes a power home run guy. I mean, he's hit a home run, what, over the last 5 years, once every 14, almost 14.8 times up. What he does.
1-2 delivery on the way to him, and he'll take it. It's right there. Whatever he was looking for, that was not it. And he's out of there.
I think he might have seen Matt Wieters sneak inside, and then Zach Britton threw it right down the middle, and he just froze. See, Matt Wieters, he's sitting on the inside corner. This ball is pretty much center cut. I'm looking for that.
2 down. That'll bring Nava up. Nava already a big night, 2 for 2, a homer and a single. 3 RBIs, 2 runs scored. The switch hitter moving around against the left-hander now. Nava 230 lefties, 318 righties. And the pitch is taken down low. He's had just 2 home runs off left-handers.
Yeah, they love the fact that he can play so many positions. He can play all the outfield positions. He can play first base. Sure, if John Farrell said we need a catcher, he'd probably say, I'll try that.
Ortiz on at first base, and the pitch is taken away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Orioles fell behind first inning. Red Sox got 5 runs on 5 hits. Napoli had an RBI double. Nava the 3-run homer. RBI triple by Drew. Then they added 3 more in the 3rd inning. Saltalamacchia and RBI. Drew got 2. Down to first. Davis on the short hop will go to the bag to retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. Camden Yards Fan Appreciation Weekend underway. They find new roads. Doubles. Red Sox top of the list. Orioles, Tigers, A's, and Rays. All above that 273 American League average.
Yeah, Fenway Park, as we mentioned, can hit some doubles up there.
Team with the most total bases in the American League is the Detroit Tigers.
I figured it was either them or the Red Sox.
Boston ranked 2nd, and the Orioles are ranked 3rd in total bases. Tigers are 2nd in doubles. As you saw, they are 6th in triples and 5th in home runs. So they've kind of spread it out. The Orioles have had the home runs and doubles. Red Sox have had the doubles, triples, and some home runs in that order. As far as rankings concerned. Here's Matt Wieters. Wieters flied out to center field his first time up. Hardy and McLouth will follow. Orioles trying for a 3-game win streak here if they can get one in a comeback against the Red Sox. Clay Buchholz 1-0. He hasn't walked anybody, and he has struck out 3. Tune-up ball game. We'll see how far they want him to go in this game. More may be decided by what's in front of him than what's going on here tonight as far as how many pitches and innings they want him to throw. 2-0 delivery, and Wieters takes it inside, 3-0.
Well, the Red Sox would like to have their playoff scenarios go like this one, but it's been a tough game to pitch, only in the respect if you're Clay Buchholz. You've been sitting on the bench a lot. And when you come off a shoulder, neck injury like he did, and you miss almost 3 months, you'll take the runs. but it's hard to get into a rhythm. And I'm sure they'll be watching that. They want him to get his work. They want him to come out of it. Like when you're getting a horse ready for the Kentucky Derby. You want him to come out of the workouts feeling good.
Since his return, he's worked 5 innings, 6 innings, and 6 innings in the ball games, 3 of them that he has pitched. 3-ball, 2-strike count. Matt Wieters, last 3, a home run, 2 RBIs, and a big 4.55 batting average for the Orioles catcher, and a 5-game hit streak for Matt.
Leads all the American League catchers in home runs.
3-2 delivery on the way to him, and Wieters will take that to center. That's an Adam ball. Ellsbury's right there to put it away. 1 away, 4th inning. Time for our AT&T mobility trivia fact. The O's the only major league team this year with 3 players with 25 or more home runs. Chris leads everyone in the majors, then Jones, and then Hardy. As J.J. Hardy comes to the plate, a strikeout victim, his first time up. Davis with 52, Cabrera with 44 in the home run department. Jones now with 33 has tied Adam Dunn for 5th in the American League in homers. Starting the night, Davis and Cabrera tied for the RBI lead, each with 137. And it's going to be one of them. Adam Jones is 3rd with 108. 1-0 delivery to Hardy up the middle, and that's going to be a base hit. So Hardy's on a 1-out single. Take a look at our PNC minor league report, brought to you by PNC Bank for the achiever in you.
Well, Navarro, who was up, we saw him. We saw him the first time I ever saw him, even though they got him from Pittsburgh, is with the Red Sox. So I don't think there's ever been any doubt he can hit. Maybe a little bit defensively challenged, and then of course your choices were Navarro, Flaherty. And Ryan played second base so well, they chose to go with him. And then when Brian Roberts came back, even Ryan Flaherty didn't get a lot of playing time.
Toronto's got a 6-2 lead now over Tampa. 6th inning. Tampa jumped out to the early 2-0 lead, and Texas has picked up a run against the Angels early on. That could make it interesting.
And then Cleveland gets 4 in the first. Could you check out with Mauer out with concussions, Morneau traded to Pittsburgh? It's not much of a lineup in Minneapolis.
Ground ball back to the mound. Buckholz snags it. Not a very good throw, and as a result, won't get 2.
Well, he went to the circle changeup. I mean, he did everything right except make it. It wasn't a bad throw, and he's kind of saying it's on me. I mean, he said Ellsbury and Clay are the 2 guys that run the best. So right there, he got the crow hop, and then he just kind of drops his elbow, floats the throw, and no chance. Even though I'm not sure the way Nate McLeod can run that they were going to double him up anyway.
So Nate is on at first base, fielder's choice, 2 down. Jonathan Scope flied out to right field, his first time up. Orioles second baseman with 2 away. And he'll take the off-speed delivery that is in there for a strike. 75-mile-an-hour breaking ball.
We hadn't seen many fastballs. It's only been 2 games since the single and the home run. Steady diet of breaking balls last night by the Jays. Same thing here tonight.
Scope with the 0-1, and he'll tag that to second on a 1-hopper to Pedroia, who'll make the play over to first, and that will do it. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base. We've completed 4 on this Friday night. Red Sox lead. the Red Sox leading the Orioles. And for Scott Feldman, Jim, that's going to be it for the season. Final outing, tough way to leave, but obviously a contributor here since coming over to the Orioles.
Yeah, they wanted to upgrade the starting staff, and the last 8 starts coming in, and you got an idea of what happens if you don't have your stuff against the Red Sox. Best offensive team in the American League. It's 3-2 over 8 starts, real low ERA, a little bit over 2 runs a game. So another one of the decisions they have to make, whether it's going to be Jason Hamill, whether it's going to be Scott Feldman. And nowadays, if you were a major league starter with some seniority, you're going to make a lot of money.
Yeah.
And then, so do you want to go young? Do you want to go with your veterans? This year you were in the race, so you go with one of the veterans. We'll see what 2014 portends.
As everybody has said and knows, those are the big decisions that have to be made. The starters have got to pick the pace up, whoever they're going to be. And as Buck Showalter pointed out the other night, don't forget, you're also asking players that have had outstanding years to do it again, or at least be close. And that pitch will be taken away. Ball and a strike as we go to the 5th inning. Gomes has singled and drawn a walk, leading it off for the Red Sox.
Which brings us to the point of Zach Britton.
Ooh, right. Well, that literally was through the wickets. Got the glove down, but not in time. And a base hit for Gomes.
Now, average-wise, Johnny Gomes hits lefties better, but against right-handers, lower average, more home runs. But he just hits this one right back through the middle. And you can see Scope makes a nice effort playing up the middle, but just hit too hard. But Zach Britton, 11-11. He had the most wins in 2011 for the Orioles. Arm problems the next year. 4-2. Norfolk 5-3 here. This year never could quite sink it up. Sinker ball guy that has trouble sinking it. Probably overanalyzes everything. End of the day, can you throw a sinker? Can you throw the ground ball? It's not about velocity. That game in Cleveland, he was throwing 95, but with scatter ball. So he's got to slow the game down and slow himself down, and maybe has a chance to come back and be a contributor here in Baltimore.
That's the plus side for the Zach Brittons in the Orioles organization. It's wide open. And a swing and a miss. Good tailing pitch away to Saltalamacchia. Just missed the home run. Got a double and an RBI his last time up. Now has a 10-game hit streak. He's also popped out.
If Zach can ever figure out how to throw that pitch, which is a great changeup, and what it feels like, because that's at the end of the day, you can talk about mechanics, but coming out of your hand, what did that good changeup, but that one right there, what did that feel like? Because if you can do that and repeat it, you're going to be a successful pitcher, and then throw some ground balls with your sinker. This is about as good a changeup as you can throw back to back. Saltalamacchia way out in front, and all of a sudden you put yourself in the running to be a starter, or maybe even out of the bullpen.
That'll be Britton's second strikeout, 1 down. Gomes on at first base. Drew, he's had a big night with 3 RBIs, a triple, and a single in the ball game. Drew now has, with the 3 RBIs added tonight, 13 runs batted in against the Orioles this season. And this the 17th game. Runner at first, one away. Ground ball towards second. Jonathan Scope's got it. Pivots. Hardy, 1 relay. Nope.
Yeah, tough when you're left-handed. You get out of the box pretty well. Story on Drew, and one of the best shortstops in the National League to the ankle break, and then came back too early. We're going to double him up anyway.
Fielder's choice. Drew on with 2 down, and Middlebrooks, who was grounded out and singled, batting 9th, coming to the plate. Middlebrooks now anchoring that third base spot for them after an interesting season. Coming up, bright star, expected to be one of the offensive and defensive leaders for this team. Didn't work out early, got sent back down, go back, regroup, find yourself, came back up, and appears to have done that.
Well, he had 75 games last year, broken wrists, 15 home runs, 54 RBIs, average close to 290, and then hurt his back, and then everything changed. He probably tried to do a little bit too much. He said, I was reading an article the other day, and I was talking to him today. He said, well, the game is twisting and turning. So they sent him to the minor leagues, as you said. Name from the past down there at AAA, Gary D. Sarcina really helped him. And then he was talking about today, Johnny Gomes was standing next to him. He pointed to him and said, hey, this guy really helped me try to learn how to get ready to hit against pitchers in this league.
And he's doing well in September, hitting .278 with 6 home runs. So pretty good finish for him. It's been a roller coaster. He's tended to be either top or bottom offensively at any given time. Streaks both ways.
Yeah, very strong. So he can go out to the opposite field.
2-1 delivery will be fouled away. So Britton with a 2-ball, 2-strike count on Middlebrooks. 2 down. Drew is on at first base. 8-12-0 for the Red Sox. 2-5-0 for the Orioles.
Okay, throw him the changeup.
Two delivery, and he just fouls it off. Middlebrook stays alive with a 2-ball, 2-strike count. For the Red Sox, they come in second in average, first in runs. They are 7th in home runs. They have the best on base percentage in the league, and part of that's the second most walks. The Orioles 6th in average, 4th in runs. They are first in homers, next to last in walks. Takes the pitch inside.
Yeah, the amazing thing about it, it's down. They're hitting .276. Orioles at .266. It's 1,528 opportunities. It's about 70 more than any other team in the American League. And the base on balls, on base percentage, big part of that.
3-2, runner goes. Fair ball. Flaherty. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. Bottom of the 5th. And it's an 8-2 Red Sox lead. Maryland Lottery hit a big contestant of the game will get $500 for any Orioles home run. Lowest Fly's already won $1,000. And for all the latest info on new games, current promotions, and second chance contests, go to mdlottery.com. Good luck.
Well, we got the guy that hit a couple of home runs leading him off the other night, Ryan Flaherty.
Top of the order, Roberts, and then Markakis.
Lois Fly. You can call me Lou.
Well, good with that, do. She's out there and you're here. Buchholz delivers and a check swing that he stayed back on.
I really, if Brian Flaherty or Brian Roberts or Nick Markakis hit home runs, she'll go, you can call me anything.
Lois, we're going to call you by your real name. Here's the 1-0 delivery on the way.
Well, here it is, the 2-0 fastball. Maybe. Ryan Flaherty will be looking just in case it is.
Orioles, any way to get on here, get some base runners against Buchholz. No walks, 3 strikeouts for him, and a check swing. Did he go? No.
Yeah, he does a really good job of changing speeds with his fastball. The first guy I ever saw do it was the great changeup artist Stu Miller. He'd have the BP fastball. Mike Flanagan made it part of his arsenal.
3-0 delivery by Buchholz, taken. It's there for a strike. So Flaherty, and a waiting on him. He's had a couple of hits in 9 at-bats lifetime against Buchholz. 3-1.
Only 20 at-bats in the month of September for Ryan Flaherty.
And fouled off, 3-2 count. El Fiore in the bullpen for the Orioles. You saw Buck Showalter getting on the phone. So the Orioles getting some warm-up action going. And Zach Britton came on in that 3rd inning. He's worked 2 and a 3rd innings. And now he's going to put the jacket back on. 3 ball, 2 strike count. Flaherty loops one, center field, base hit. Ryan is on with a leadoff single here in the 5th inning. The Orioles season coming to an end, but the Mid-Atlantic Sports Report will be with you throughout the offseason. On Monday, 5 to 7, you can join Tom, Dave, Mel, and Phil. They'll take a look back at the final weekend against the Sox, and they'll be with you every day throughout the playoffs to preview the games and discuss some of the Orioles' biggest storylines of 2013. That's Monday at 5 on Massa. Orioles with a leadoff man on. Roberts to the plate, already 2 for 2. He scored ahead of Jones on the home run in the 3rd inning. And Bryan will take the pitch for a strike. Well, Bryan has continued his big career numbers against Clay Buchholz, hitting .364 coming into the ball game. Flaherty very short lead at first. Oh, 1 count. And that pitch will tail away. Roberts will stand out as Buchholz doing a little work around the pitching slab. One. And Roberts down to first. That'll be foul. Big series, of course. National League's got Pittsburgh and Cincinnati finishing off the season against one another, trying to decide that wild card spot early in the ball game. The Pirates have taken a 2-1 lead over the Reds. Bailey against Burnett in that one. Be an interesting 3-game set. The Cardinals playing against Chicago. They can wrap up their division victory tonight. And then Pittsburgh and Cincinnati will battle for who's going to play at home in the wild card. Here's the 1-2 delivery, and that's going to be outside. National League best record. That too is going to be decided this weekend. Both Atlanta and the Cardinals have 94 wins.
Yeah, Atlanta with 54 at home, 24 losses, best in baseball, and then the Cardinals are 51 and 27. Well, obviously Atlanta wants to have the home field advantage.
2-2 delivery on the way. Roberts puts that one to left. Gomes. He's got it. Runner will tag and stay as Gomes gets it back in. Roberts out of there. Celebrate 60 years of Orioles baseball. 2014 Dream Week in beautiful Sarasota. You can bring your big league dreams to life with a week filled with baseball games at the Buck O'Neill Baseball Complex and Ed Smith Stadium. Instruction from former O's and the full Major League experience. Travel packages include hotel accommodations, flights, even your own Orioles uniform. For details, go to Orioles.com/Dreamweek. Nick Markakis 0 for 2. He has struck out and flied out. A 147 lifetime average against Buchholz coming into the game. Flaherty on at first, 1 out. And the pitch taken down low. Atlanta's going to be home against Philadelphia in this final weekend. Cardinals are at home against Chicago, the Cubs, and the Pirates in Cincinnati. 1-0 count. Toronto still leading Tampa Bay 6-2. Sierra's gone 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs in the ball game. Moises Sierra for Toronto. Dickey, 2 runs, 5 hits over 6. Hellickson, 3 runs, 6 hits, 4 2/3.
Yeah, you keep touching on it, Jeremy. Hellickson really went backwards this year for a young pitcher with good arm. But Joe Madden, Jim Hickey, pitching coach, manager down in Tampa, go the cut fastball. Chris Tillman he gave me a little tutorial on it. He said, just look at the guys that throw a lot of cutters.
Yep.
They lose their fastball. I mean, Buchholz, throws some, but still has the good sinker, but doesn't throw as hard as he did.
That'll be up high to Markakis.
See, he used to be, his typical fastball, and this is only his 4th start, 3 rehabs, so this is probably towards the end of spring training, but he used to be 92, 93, 94, so certainly an accomplished pitcher. There's his pitching coach, Juan Nieves, comes over from the White Sox, does a terrific job.
81 pitches thrown by Buchholz. 3-0 count, second 3-0 count we've had in the inning. That'll be in there for his strike. He threw 106 pitches in his last outing, but he's labored here in this game, even though he's had the big lead, or maybe because he's had the big lead.
And John Farrell, former pitching coach, former pitcher. And they have a 12-man bullpen. They got a lot of options, a lot of choices out there.
3-ball, 1-strike count. And that'll be grounded towards second base. Pedroia, Drew, relay. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. Jones with a 2-run homer. Those are the 2 for the O's. It's an 8-2 Red Sox lead.
Nightmare, 5 runs, 5 hits, and a walk. Red Sox get on top, and they come back. Baltimore Lamacchia looking for home run number 15. Thinks he might get it. Actually, they'll overturn it. It will be scored a double. Drew will come in and get a couple more in for another 3-run inning. And then Adam Jones, home run number 33, puts the Orioles on the board. That's a career high now with the 108 RBIs. And Buchholz still on there, scattering the two runs on the home run. And Scott Feldman just having one of those nights against the best offensive team in baseball. And that is Geico, saving people money on more than just car insurance.
Wow. Now there's a bundle. How about that? Fan appreciation night here. Just enough hair to do that. And the pitch is taken for a strike. Go to the 6th inning. Zach Britton working against Ellsbury at the top of the order. Ellsbury 0 for 3. Line out, ground out, a couple of them. And he'll take the pitch from the lefty, and that is in there for a strike. In the bullpen, Steve Johnson. Here's Britton's 0-2 delivery to him. That'll go to short. Hardy right there. 0 for 4 for Ellsbury, the Red Sox leadoff batter.
Yeah, well, you play on a team that scores a lot of runs, and you come back, you go, Jacoby, somebody has to make the outs.
Always happens.
Yeah.
Everybody in the lineup has a hit except Jacoby Ellsbury.
Well,
here's Dustin Pedroia.
Well, if you didn't make outs, the game would go on forever.
So we appreciate him.
Thank you, Jacoby.
Thank you very much. Pitch is taken down low for a ball. Pedroia's had 2 singles, 2 for 3 in the game.
And he wants to get, lifetime 303 hitter. He wants to get that average, which is what now at 298? Yeah. He wants it up to 300.
And not quite. Finally get off outside of third, Pedroia.
So I said, how long does the beard last? He said, through the postseason. I said, we won't be seeing that in the offseason. I said, no. They do have some good beards if you like beards.
They are year-long growths.
Solidarity started in spring training.
There's a tapper. That'll be a base hit. It was touched by Britton as he went by, and that ended any chance, if there was one, for Flaherty.
Yeah, that's another thing, and Zach would be the first guy to tell you. I mean, he could hit, he hit a home run, be down single. If you catch it, it's an out, and if you don't, it's a base hit.
So Pedroia's on with a 3-hit ball game.
Zach would be a guy that I would take, and he would be a candidate to play Pepper. Something they don't do very often anymore.
Have you seen one Pepper game this year?
No. Last one I saw was when Buck Showalter wanted Mark Reynolds, just to kind of know where the bat head was. So they go out, glove. Pepper is where you just kind of pepper the ball back and stand maybe 15, 20 feet away. And Mark says, okay, Buck, I'll field, you hit. And Buck goes, no, you're missing the point. The point. There you go. No, used to play Pepper, and the best was when you had Louis Apparucci, Brooks Robinson, Boog Powell, and Hank Bauer, the manager, hitting rockets. And you know what? It's for your agility, for your dexterity, for your reflexes.
Pepper's great fun, I always thought. And nobody does that anymore. And probably most kids don't even know what a Pepper game looks like. And for some reason, it was about the field. They didn't want to wear the grass down. Or on the field, the guys who come out and play Pepper. I mean, it's yiminy. Ortiz takes the pitch outside. And the count goes to 1-2. Jerry Royce is a great Pepper player, the former pitcher.
Oh, that's what we did.
He could hurt your shins a lot.
Do you ever see anybody do pickups anymore?
No. Don't see
pickups is where you roll the ball and you go back maybe 15, 18 feet, and great for your legs, great for all the muscles.
Go right and left.
Part of spring training. Now they do different kinds of stuff. I was listening to Scotty Erickson. He was talking about how it used to look like Gold Gym when he was playing, because it was a different era. It was one of those
big weights.
Big weight, yeah. Well, the guys could pick up big weights back then. But
1-2 grounded to second base. Scope, you're going to try it again. Had trouble getting out of the ball, but they got him this time.
Well, you got a cruise liner going down the first baseline in Ortiz.
So the Queen Mary's retired, you're saying? 8-2. shoulders in this ball game for Buchholz. 3 Ks so far. He hasn't needed them. Got the big lead early, but when necessary, gets Hardy. Comes back inside. The pitch just dropping out of the strike zone right there. And those are the 3 that he's picked up in the game. Markakis, the last one. Out on Utah Street, fans enjoying the night. Great night to be out there and some mighty good grub to be had. And stand out there beyond the outfield fence and watch the ball game in that deck area right there.
Yeah, you go back and look at Buchholz on his way to being 11-0 early on, or actually 9-0. 11, 10, 8, 9, 9 strikeouts. So certainly pitching well tonight, but maybe not quite as sharp as he was early in the year before the shoulder and neck injury.
The advantage of having that early lead and now an 8-2 lead. Adam Jones has delivered the only runs, becoming the first right-hander to hit a homer off Buchholz this year. Only the third to get a home run period against him. Got it in the 3rd inning. 33 home runs. A couple more RBIs. 3rd in the league in runs batted in. 1-0 delivery and inside. Didn't get him off the catcher's glove. 2-0.
Yeah, you got to pitch him in if you throw one on the outside third and he hammers it over the center field fence.
Adam is also 5th in runs scored. He's up to 99 runs scored. Only Trout, Cabrera, and Chris Davis have breached the 100-run mark this season. 2-0 delivery and upstairs on it. 2-1.
Yeah, he's going to take time out because he just chased it a little bit. I always tell him below, right around a little bit below the 10 on his uniform. That's the balls he hits out. The ones around the stripe underneath the Orioles is harder to get on top of center.
2-1 delivery on the way and pulled the string on him on that one, and a 2-ball 2-strike count. 77.
No, this is Clay Buchholz, and it doesn't matter what the scoreboard is, he's really difficult to hit, and the numbers show that because you just don't know what he's going to throw you. He'll throw any of his pitches at any time. 3-2, and you saw right there, 2-1, little cutter.
Two-ball 2-strike count to Adam. Leading off the bottom of the 6th inning. And Jones puts it up in the air to right center field. Daniel Nava's there, and he's got it. When the Orioles win, everyone wins, and all season long, when the Orioles win and score 5 or more runs, you get 50% off regular menu price online orders at papajohns.com by entering promo code Orioles5. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. Valid at participating Baltimore area Papa John's. Chris Davis coming to the plate. Single, and he is flied to center. Chris starting the day as one of 7 players leading their team in the Triple Crown categories. Players who have the average homers and RBIs. And as he got another one. Way back. Goodbye. Home run. Chris Davis continues to put it out of the yard at the major league leading pace. 53.
That's a nice little number. His Little League coach, Wes Westbrook, is in town from College Station, Texas. I had a chance to visit with him. He's got to be happy. Of course, Chris says he taught me how to pitch. I don't know who taught him how to hit, but sign him.
Now Waiters follows it up with a pop-up shallow center field. Long run for everybody. Ellsbury will get there. 2 down. Chris Davis, the long ball.
And it, not a lot of effort. Boy, I mean, a little change up, the middle of the plate, stays behind it, and it's out of here. And he knows it. I mean, Ellsbury, he's trying to scoot under it, and it just keeps going into the Oriole bullpen.
So the Orioles tonight have had as many home runs off Buchholz as he had given up all year. 2. One to a righty, one to a lefty here this evening, and the Orioles make it a 8-3 ball game. That was hit number 7. Chris gets his 96th extra base hit of the year. Each one of those is a new club record. He's already set the mark for home runs at Oriole Park, new stadium record, and a franchise home record. Frank Robinson had 27 homers at Memorial Stadium in 66. Davis now has 28 here at Camden Yards. So for the Orioles, it's coming to Baltimore in 54. Chris Davis now has more home runs in the Orioles home ballpark than anyone else.
Yeah, the year Brady Anderson hit 50. I thought he'd hit a lot here, but he hit only 19 here, 31 on the road that year.
Hardy on a 2-1 pitch will pop it up outside of first base. Napoli, and he's got it. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on base. Chris Davis takes over the RBI lead by 1 over Cabrera, continues his home run lead with 53. Two of this 3-game set, Wei and Chen will be on the mound against John Lester. Our coverage on MASN HD begins at 6:30 with those extra, presented by Geico, followed by our game at 7. All the access you need right here on MASN.
There they are. Lester turns his season around after last year, and he's trying to win number 16. Good ERA. Wei and Chen trying to get back on track. Always tough when you're facing the Red Sox.
That's what you do at the ballpark. You watch the game, and then between innings,
they have to be getting it for somebody else. They look too good to be actually going to go eat that.
They're young. They have metabolism.
Steve Johnson last pitched Saturday night down in Tampa Bay. Inning, gave up a hit. Be a nice little test for him. 2 and 3 down at Norfolk this year. So he's not a velocity guy. He's got somebody the other day was saying, wow, this guy's like Steve Johnson. You think you can hit it and you don't. 88, 89, 90. Big slow curveball, changeup.
Mike Napoli leads it off against him, and that pitch is inside. Napoli's got a double and an RBI and struck out twice. Good job by Zach Britton coming on in relief. Did give up a couple of hits in the third. Runs weren't charged to him, though. And then a single in the fourth and a single in the 6th inning. That ball will be foul back up overhead. So Steve Johnson getting some time in here for the Orioles, up and down with the Orioles this year. And as a starter and a member of the bullpen.
Hurt early. The oblique pull, so last year went 4-0 for the Orioles with a very low ERA in 12 games, 4 starts. 2.11 ERA. 23 hits, 38 in the third innings. This year, pretty much from the get-go, the injury bug.
And that'll be up high. So a leadoff walk surrendered by Johnson here in the 7th inning as Napoli is on again. As the Orioles lead into the offseason, follow the latest news from the team with the Birdland Social Media Clubhouse. Visit Orioles.com/connect to find out how you can get insider access on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, Instagram, Pinterest, and more. You can connect with your favorite players, be among the first to hear the breaking news. All you got to do is get on board the Social Media Clubhouse. That's at Orioles.com/connect. Pitch is taken down low by Nava, home run single, and he has grounded out.
Yeah, what a year. Independent leagues, signs as a non-drafted free agent, wins a batting title in his first year in their minor leagues.
Big swing on the pitch from Johnson, 0-2.
Yeah, you really have to be aggressive against Daniel Nava. Of course, the 3-run home run on a curveball. Scott Feldman usually has really good command of it. It's such a curveball, it breaks so much. Sometimes it just gets up a little bit, and that's what it was. And all of a sudden it went from 1-0 to 4-0 in a hurry.
0-2 the count. Leadoff man on at first base. That ball will be fouled back. A lot of baseball for Nava this year, perhaps even more than he expected with 133 games played in. He's closing in over 450 at bats on the year and has become a vital part of this Red Sox team. You'll see a lot of playing time in the postseason coming up. 0-2 count. Gomes on deck and a swing and a miss. Johnson gets the strikeout.
How about that? 66 early on, 69 miles per hour. So that's that 21 miles per hour slower than his fastball. Perfectly thrown underneath the bat head, underneath the strike zone.
That was interesting. You saw Matt Wieters trying to adjust there. He was not sure what the break on the ball was going to be. He started to turn the glove over and then decided against it.
Well, you don't see too many pitches thrown in the 60s. You know, we got to go back to knuckleballers, not R.A. Dickey, but Tim Wakefield.
And a check swing in there for a strike to Gomes. Watch the glove on Matt Wieters now in this previous pitch from Steve Johnson. It's so slow he has time to think and then come back and make the catch on the bounce.
I think he was kind of wondering whether Daniel Nava was actually going to swing at it. And when he realized that he didn't want to catch it down because you can't frame it just in case he didn't swing at it. Well, I guess 69 miles per hour gives you a couple of options if you're a catcher. 99, a little different.
Don't get
Gosman out there.
Just hold that glove right there. Here's the 1-1 delivery on the way. That's in there for a strike. So Gomes, 2 singles and a walk.
Yeah, Johnny Gomes' body landing, slumped his shoulders. Just thought it might be a little low. Much rather would have been hitting 2-1.
Saldo Lomacchia waiting on deck with one away. Shattered bat. Davis will turn short. 1. Relay to first. Not in time. Good coverage by Johnson, though, to give him a try.
Well, I still remember Steve Johnson coming down to all the fantasy camps and all that as a kid. Right here, this is what you got to be. He's over there very easy, gives him a good target. Gomes somehow gets out of the box after having his bat shattered at home plate.
The relay by Hardy as he gunned it. 2 down, Saldo Lomacchia. Runner on at first base. Saldo Lomacchia had a home run reversed on him on the video review. Picked up a double and an RBI. That's his hit in the ball game. 1 for 3. Good enough for a 10-game hit streak. It hit right there in the padding in front of the roof.
Right on that little, and then came back. About a half an inch.
Yep, that's a ground rule double. And that's taken for a swinging strike. Pittsburgh leading Cincinnati 4-1. They're going to the 7th inning of that ball game. Those two teams battling for the 1 and 2 positions in the wild card. Saldo Lomacchia 1-1. 1-2.
And another nice changeup. Steve Johnson has 3 good pitches, and the fastball, he's never ever going to get his due because of radar guns. But at the end of the day, how does the hitter react to your stuff? Last year they didn't. It was almost.
Got him, and that will do it. So Steve Johnson gets a couple of strikeouts here in the 7th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. 7th inning stretch time. Red Sox lead. In 2013, he is having, because he's added another home run to the totals here in the ball game tonight. 53 home runs, leading the majors. He's picked up 96 extra base hits. Leads both Major League Baseball in those categories, and both O's single-season records in the home runs and the extra base hits, and most home runs, as we said, at the Orioles franchise home since 1954. Featured on the cover about a month ago of Sports Illustrated, and a great story on his rise to power hitting glory for Chris Davis, but humble in doing so.
Yeah.
But Chris, a magnificent year, not done yet. Got 2.5 games left to go.
Well,
2+.
Really, over the offseason, that's when you go back and you kind of reflect on what kind of year. And even if you're the guy that did it, you've got to be a little amazed. I mean, it's been that type of year. I sat there and watched Frank Robinson hit 49 and then 2 in the World Series, 51 home runs. And you just, I'm sure just like the Orioles this year, you're just amazed that they keep doing them and to all far reaches of the ballpark. Because Frank just wasn't a pull hitter either, as Chris is. Chris can hit him out anywhere.
Nate McLouth has grounded out and hit into a fielder's choice. Pitch will be taken inside. Bradley has come on to play in center field. Jackie Bradley Jr. in center. Ellsbury getting a rest here.
Yeah, he was their starting left fielder this year, early on in April.
1-1 delivery as Buchholz continues on. 98 pitches thrown. Hasn't walked anybody. Has struck out 3. The Orioles 3 runs, 7 hits. Red Sox 8 runs on 13 hits. But a big 5-run first inning for Boston has set the pace and the tone for this ball game. 2-1 delivery. Buchholz again will be up high, meandering all over the place in his finish in the last 2 deliveries.
Well, when you start going left, and that's one of the problems he had early on with his delivery, one of the Evvies are going to look on, and like I said, they have a 12-man bullpen. When you go left, the ball's usually going to go right.
3-1 delivery on the way, and that'll be foul back.
And what he's able to do, he's kind of like an old-time pitcher because he changes speed with so many of his pitches. He's one of the better lefties in baseball. Marvelous year for the Red Sox. Craig Breslow.
3 ball, 2 strike count. Nate McLouth leading it off for the Orioles here, and he's gone. So that'll be strikeout number 4
And then he goes to a little bit of a Greg Maddux fastball, two-seamer. You start at the front hip. Watch this ball run back. And when it does, nicely framed by Jared Saltalamacchia, just that two-seamer runs back just enough to encourage inside third of the plate. The call by the home plate umpire, Adrian Johnson.
One down, seventh inning. Jonathan Scope stands in. He'll go after the first pitch that came in on him and fouls it back. 0 for 2 in the ball game. Jonathan getting a taste of major league action here in the final week of the season with another start at second base tonight. 0-1. Ryan Flaherty waiting on deck. Buckholz with the 0-1 breaking ball off speed. 0-2. Farrell has said he will carry 11 pitchers into the postseason. You don't need 5 starters. Dubront's going to get a chance in the bullpen for the postseason. Here's the 0-2 delivery and a ground ball foul, and it'll stay at 2 strikes.
Yeah, they Dempster pitched the other night out of the bullpen. 8-9 as a starter. And Dempster came in.
These decisions started about 3 weeks ago. You have to start doing those things even if you're not sure if you're going to win the division, although they were pretty confident of that. Laced foul. Trying to get things in order and put people where you want getting into this final weekend.
Well, that is the luxury of having the lead they have over the Rays. And I didn't realize, I mean, I knew they were a good ball club, but 95 wins or more, 7 of the last 11 years.
Pretty phenomenal. 0-2 delivery on the way and a slow roller down to third, foul.
And then you get the other news alert from New York. When the Yankees were eliminated, it's only the second time in 19 years they haven't been in the playoffs. So you get an idea of how tough the American League East is, especially if you're another ball club. That's why Tampa Bay's success is just so remarkable.
0-2 and reaching. Buckholz short hops it. Gets it. Jonathan Scope out of there, 2 down. It's copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Orioles may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Orioles. Two down, nobody on. Flaherty coming up. He has singled and struck out. Buckholz has hit 106 on the pitch count chart. Off-speed pitch is in there for a strike. Will, of course, be some changes in the postseason this year. There usually aren't. Repetition in baseball, no matter how the season goes and how many teams think they're going to get there, in the end, it's generally a lot of the same old story. When you're talking about Boston and the Yankees, and now Tampa Bay is starting to get into that group. Yankees are out this year, of course. So that's a team gone. The world champions are gone. The Giants will not make it. Pittsburgh's got a chance to be in. That's a new entry. Atlanta is going to make it in. Cardinals, of course, have become regulars, making it to the postseason, either winning the division or the wild card. Tigers are regulars now. Oakland's a regular. 0-2 count, which may be the most amazing regular of all, the Oakland A's. 1 ball, 2 strike count. With the ballpark out of date, where the clubhouse or the dugout is filled with sewerage backup, and they can't get the Giants to release the ground to build a new stadium south. I mean, they just keep winning. 1-2 delivery, and that'll be fouled off.
Well, it's pretty much what you want to do here in Baltimore. I certainly played during that era where you have organizational continuity. General managers that maybe stay a little bit ahead of the curve, like Billy Beane. Bob Melvin, we saw him as a catcher here. He's done a marvelous job after being elsewhere as their manager. And they just seem, I mean, they play well at home, but the whole is greater than the sum of the parts every year in Oakland. It's just amazing.
Yeah, they've been, they always have. I mean, you go back, you got to have the pitching, and over the years they've had that. And just enough offense. You get whatever they need done. A few home runs, stolen bases, hit and run. They do everything to try and beat you and manufacture runs. 1-2 delivery to Flaherty, and not quite.
A little cutter. Buchholz wanted to get it and run off the mound.
Dodgers, of course, make a re-entry into the postseason. 2-ball, 2-strike count. Flaherty in the air, right center field. Nava, and he's got it. And a 1-2-3 inning for Buchholz. That'll be 7 complete now here at Camden Yards. Red Sox still on top, 8-3. Final series. Jim, not only for the Orioles on the field, but for the fans off. Year of expectations, fans hoping. But even though the Orioles are out of it, you don't hear negative comments around it. The fans have been with the ball club all year, and they believe the organization's heading in the right direction.
Well, they are, and they have some work to do. I mean, we see Dan Duquette, executive vice president of, or executive, general manager. I told him that today. Much. I don't know why I have to get that all in there, but we see him on the field just about every day here, and he's certainly aware of that. The core group is fine. What do the Red Sox do? They got some core, some guys that are not secondary players, but you know, the Victorinos. Johnny Gomes is a secondary player because he doesn't play every day. You know, they went out and got Stephen Drew last year. So you always want to add players that they can play, they're good in the clubhouse, and they have a winning tradition. And the Red Sox did it. The Orioles will attempt to do that in the offseason. But at the end of the day, you still have to have your young players, and we've seen this, mature and get a little bit better. Red Sox have it. They're going to win the division. I mean, here's a kid right here, Steve Johnson, that if you give him a chance, you never know. I don't know if he's ever going to get a chance, but when he got a chance last year, and they kind of did it because there was desperation, he pitched really well. So you just never know when you're going to get the opportunity.
And the swing and a miss. And Johnson working here in his second inning. Gave up just a walk in the 7th. We're now in the 8th. 2-ball, 2-strike count on Drew. Stephen Drew, the 2 RBI base hit in the 3rd, RBI triple in the 1st. And we'll foul that one straight back into the screen. The 2-ball, 2-strike count. Orioles have got to pick the number back up, of course, against the division. They are 34-39 against the East. That's not going to cut it. Got to win the division games in this unbalanced schedule when you're playing these 19 games against everybody in your division. Makes it very tough, yes, but that's the nature of the beast.
Now, you don't play in the American League West where your Texas team goes 17-2 against Houston or even the White Sox, who had a horrible year. What, Cleveland went 15-2, I think, or maybe some.
Right at the mound, Flaherty, and he's got it.
Yeah, Steve Johnson said, you're not going to take it, I can flag it down.
And does. One away in the 8th inning. The video game that puts you in the owner's suite is now available free on iPhone and iPad. Build your stadium, make the decisions to guide your team to the World Series. Download MLB Ballpark Empire free today. Data and usage rates may apply. One down, and that'll be foul back by Middlebrooks. The number 9 hitter, a single, 1-for-3 in the ball game. Red Sox are after their 97th win in this game. The worst of first numbers that they have put up are among the 5 best in Major League history from one year to the next after finishing in last place in the division. Top of the pile, Arizona in 1999 went from bottom to top, winning 100 ball games in that next season. The Orioles can't come back in this one. The Red Sox at 97 will tie for third with the Phillies, Rays, 93 and 08. Strikeout taken there, Johnson. And there are 2 away. Time to text in. You vote for the AT&T Player of the Game. Here are the candidates. Adam Jones, home run number 33. Chris has had home run number 5-3. And Daniel Nava has had home run number 12. 3 RBI ball game, 2 for 4 for Nava. Text in your vote, A, B, or C, 31826. Pitch will be taken. Top of the order for Jackie Bradley, getting his first at bat in for Ellsbury, who had an 0 for 4.
I'm going to figure that Steve Johnson has a little history here of playing in the International League.
Only 22 years old, and he started in left field on opening day, as we mentioned earlier. 35 games, 4 different times, up and down with the Red Sox and AAA Pawtucket. 2-1 pitch, and that'll miss down low. Three-one delivery by Johnson, and that's a high strike. Hang on to your bat.
Well, they missed the pitch before, so maybe a little 8-3 will even it up a little bit. Or maybe just missed both pitches.
And the 3-2 delivery, and that's up high. So Johnson surrenders his second walk. Belfiore back up in the bullpen. Pedroia coming up, 2 down. Very important for Steve Johnson's, Belfiore's, Jonathan Scope's, guys getting their chance to play here in the final week. To really put it out and on the line here in the end of the season. Buck Showalter about spring training says it's one of the most damaging times for misinformation you can have. He doesn't believe in spring training numbers. He says you can be more confused in spring training watching players than any other time. You get your great home run hitters and all kinds of guys striking people out, and then the season comes and all of a sudden you're going, what happened? Spring training is not the regular season, so you really want to get it done now, even in games that may not particularly matter to the outcome and the record. The performance is due. 2-0 count, and Pedroia will take it, 3-0.
Well, Belfiore might be up for David Ortiz. We know that Brian Mattis just owns him, but if you can get lefties out, as Brian has, you can get a spot in a lot of bullpens, if not here in Baltimore.
Yeah, he's going to be in there.
Yeah, you need those matchup guys, and you'd like to have some guys who can get both righties and lefties out.
The long relief.
Yeah.
You don't want to have to be running people in and out every other batter. You can't during the season. 3-1 delivery on the way, and he's on with a walk. That's 3 walks surrendered. 2 in the inning, back to back here in the 8th, and that will be it for Steve Johnson. So Ortiz will be coming up. The Red Sox lead it by a score of 8-3. Steve Johnson will come out of the ball game, responsible for the 2 base runners on, then the left-hander on to face Ortiz. Jim will enter the Major League record book.
Well, that he will, and Orioles acquired him last May. He would pitch at Double-A Bowie all last season, 5-1. A lot of strikeouts, 50 and 47 in innings. This year down to Triple-A Norfolk. Former #1 draft choice, 2009. Josh Bell went over from the Orioles to the Diamondback. Been hearing about him for a long, long time, and first rounder, 45th pick. They tell me that he has a pretty good arm.
Well, we'll get a chance to look right here, and he'll face Ortiz.
It's always a nice little test.
Welcome. 3 walks, 3 strikeouts in an inning and 2/3 for Steve Johnson. Responsible for the 2 runners who are on. Zach Britton, 3 2/3, no runs, 5 hits, had 2 strikeouts. We're in the 8th inning with 2 on and 2 away. Ortiz, base hit scored in the first inning. 1 for 4 in the ball game.
Yeah, he's been down at Sarasota. Belfiore throwing, and apparently he just got home, and they told him turn around, come back. So here you are.
And his first pitch will be outside for a ball. Red Sox getting 2 on with the walks to Bradley and Pedroia after there were 2 down. Belfiore with a 1-0 delivery, and Ortiz will take that strike on the outside corner. Apparently didn't think so.
Well, he's giving him Adrian Johnson a grade, and it wasn't a good one. Might have been even a little bit below a D.
Ortiz will take it. That's going to be outside.
Well, there are hitters that really you don't even need an umpire. They'll just call the game the way they want it. I mean, David would be one of the guys. If you make a good call, he'll tell you that. If you're bad, so you don't really need an umpire. Let him be the judge. I'm serious.
2-1 delivery on the way, and that's in the air to left field. That'll send McLeod back of the wall. And goodbye, home run. So Belfiore enters the majors, surrendering a 3-run homer to David Ortiz, bringing in the 2 walks ahead of him, and it's an 11-3 Red Sox lead.
Yeah, that questionable pitch really made a difference. Welcome to Camden Yards for Mike Belfiore. That's a double off the wall in Fenway. Most Norfolk, they'd be coming in. It's such a big ballpark. Well, not a horrible pitch. Outside middle third. And he just hits the fly ball. And this is what Camden Yards is about. If you can drive the ball. And he does.
So he reaches the magic number of 30 home runs for David Ortiz this year. And now 103 runs batted in. And it's an 11-3 ball game, and a game in which the Red Sox have had 2 3 RBI homers and almost had 3. Saltalamacchia's ended up being ruled a ground rule double, but missed by inches. Mike Napoli. And the pitch is outside. That's 11 runs on 14 hits. Johnson will be charged with 2 of those, the 2 walks, scoring ahead of Ortiz. Belfiore with a 1-1. Napoli, an RBI double his first time up, has drawn a walk, 1 for 3 in the ball game. Steve Johnson, who almost got out of the 8th inning, but after 2 down, surrendered the 2 free passes, and they come on to score. One-two delivery. This inside with it. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Toronto leading 6-2, top of the 9th inning against Tampa. So the Rays hoping to secure that number 1 spot wild card wise, running into a little trouble in Tampa after Toronto after they had the 2-0 lead in the game. Pittsburgh still leading Cincinnati 4-1 8th inning in their ball game. Great wrap-ups to the final weekend of Major League Baseball to figure out who goes where for the postseason, starting maybe on Monday with some playoff games if there's a tie for the wild card.
So Cleveland, big lead in Minnesota. Can't expect them to lose up there, 7-1. Texas has to keep winning, and then so does Tampa, and they all do. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. Kansas City made a nice belated run starting right after the All-Star break, and they won the last 3 of a 4-game series against the Orioles, but they're going to fall short.
They've already been eliminated.
Yeah,
but the teams that are going to go are all selected. It's just how are they going to get there, except for Tampa Bay, Cleveland, Texas.
Yeah, and how about Jeremy Guthrie, your 15-game winner for the Royals?
Here's Brandon Snyder coming out to run for Napoli.
Well known around here, former number 1 draft choice by the Orioles.
And Daniel Nava stands in. A homer, a single, 2 for 4 in the ball game. Wieters blocks that one. This 11-3 game, Orioles are now going to hold the runner at first. Snyder. I guess we're up to the unwritten rule time. Thou shalt not steal if you have an 11-3 lead in the 8th inning. Belfiore, 1-0 count. And that will miss inside, 2-0. That will bring Wieters out to the mound.
Yeah, not missing by much, but enough. And Matt will come out and have a little conversation. Well, they've been sitting around for almost a month. Then you got to face Ortiz. He homers. Different ball. Minor league ball, different than the one they use here in the major leagues. Not ideal situations, but you get a chance. Got to take advantage of it.
2-0 delivery on the way. That'll be hit down to third base. Flaherty up with it. He'll go to second. Jonathan Scope there to get the force out. Red Sox had 3 home run by Ortiz. Makes it an 11-3 game. contributes $50 supporting the Y of Central Maryland's Fit and Fun program. Orioles have drawn 407 walks, $20,350. Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield encourages each of us to take that first step towards a healthier and more active lifestyle. Going after win number 12 and only one loss, Clay Buchholz out of the ball game. There's the line for the starter.
Yeah, early lead. He does throw a couple of home runs. Came in 2 in 101 innings. So that's a nice little tune-up. Didn't walk anybody. Craig Breslow comes on. What a year he's having. Look at that ERA. This is his second stint. Came over last year from Arizona. Gets lefties out and righties. Righties even better than lefties. Probably as succinctly as you can, he's given up 2 earned runs in his last 30 games. 29-plus innings. Didn't realize that he had the kind of fastball he has. He can 92, 91, little curveball, little changeup, little slider. Get you out a lot of ways, and he's done a great job for him.
Snyder will stay on to play at first base after running for Napoli, and Holt will come on to play at second base. So Pedroia is going to get some time off. Brock Holt at second. Here's Brian Roberts. Leadoff batter for the Orioles takes a strike, 2 singles and a fly ball out, has scored a run. Jones has the 2-run homer, his 33rd. Davis solo shot, his 53rd. Those are the 3 Oriole runs. Orioles have left only 3 on base. On the other side, the Red Sox pounding it out tonight, 11-14-0. Only a couple innings where they haven't left somebody on base, and only 1 inning, the second, where they were retired in order. Steve Pearce in the on-deck circle. Ball will be popped up down the line and right. Tough angle. Holt will put it away. Brock Holt, second baseman, gets it. 1 down, bottom of the 8th. Steve Pearce will be the pinch hitter.
A home run the other night against the Jays. Wrist problems. You can hit them. And you can look at the on-base percentage. So nice little average on-base percentage, because if you don't throw him strikes, he's got a pretty good idea of when he wants to hit when he comes to the plate.
Breslow's delivery swung on a miss. Breslow against the Orioles. This is game number 7. He's won a game, 1-0. Given up nothing. No runs, 1 hit in 5 innings. 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. Orioles hitting .063 against him in those chances this year. That'll be fouled away, and an 0-2 count. Well, with Tampa Bay losing, Cleveland and Texas winning, they're going to all pull within a game of one another in the wild card race.
So Tampa and Cleveland will be tied.
Yep.
The Rangers will stay, if they win, will stay 1 back.
Yep.
With 2 to go.
Tampa Bay and Cleveland will be 90 and 70, and Texas will be 89 and 71. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Somewhere Bud Selig is smiling. 1-2 delivery. Of course, the commissioner announcing he's done after 14, January of 2015. He's going to be retiring, stepping down.
And he's going to announce his plans for not his plans, but just all the things they're going to do in Major League Baseball in the interim.
Framework for the future. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And that's going to miss a little bit outside and down low. Count goes to 3-2. 30,774 on hand. 3774 for the opener of the final series. Fireworks night will be coming up after the ball game. 3-2 pitch will be fouled out. Tomorrow night, 7. Sunday, 1:30 to wrap up the regular season. Three-two delivery down the line. That's going to go foul. Breslow trying to find a way to get Pierce out of there.
And Steve's not trying to cooperate. So 33 years old, Craig Breslow, and he did pitch for the Red Sox. Came up with San Diego early on, back in 2005. 214 games in the minor leagues, 1 start. I wonder what the circumstances. I'm going to have to ask him tomorrow. 2007, he got a start for Pawtucket.
3-2, and he walked him. Good job by Pierce. 1 away. Orioles get a man on here in the 8th inning. Adam Jones coming up. Another area the Orioles will look to improve on are their numbers against left-handers. We've talked all season long. Batters, including Jones, have had trouble with the lefties as far as the average on production is concerned compared to last season and the season before. Adam at .251 off the left-handers, falling off about 30 points from last year against left-handers. The Orioles have stayed right around 7 or 8 in the American League in win percentage against lefties. The trouble is the American League's got like 6 of the top 10 win percentages against left-handers in the majors. So if you're not beating left-handers, you're going to see a lot of them, and the Orioles did, as Buck Showalter said. If there's a left-hander around while we're playing, you'll be pitching.
Yeah, that's why they got Danny Valencia early on, the DH against lefties, and then back and forth from AAA Norfolk.
Valencia waiting to pinch hit. Jones fouls it the other way.
Well, I remember when Mike Bordy came up one year. I mean, Mike had some really good years for the Orioles. One year he had under 200 against lefties, the next year at 400. So there are years. I mean, and he went from one end of the spectrum to the other. And of course, he and Terry Crowley, I mean, great tandem, the hitting instructor at the time, and plate coverage became better. But some years, 30 points is not a whole lot. It's when you get the real big differences. But it just seems like all the slugging numbers go down. So if you're a home run hitting ball club, you don't hit as many home runs.
Big fastball right there to get him.
Well, yeah, like I said, he could get it up to 92. I always thought he was finesse lefty, but not this year. Try to hit this. A little bit extra. And he gets it in just enough to tie up Adam.
So Chris Davis coming out of the ball game, having hit his 53rd home run. His last time up 1 for 3. Now there are 2 down. Pierce on at first base, and Danny Valencia, the Orioles pinch hitter. Real solid work to plate for the Orioles this year, and he drills that one down into the left field corner. That'll be a base hit. Way back was Gomes. He'll get it back in. So Valencia on first pitch scene, a single. 2 on and 2 down.
Yeah, he has really swung the bat well. And I don't think scouts aren't noticing that.
So Valencia's on with a base hit. And here's Matt Wieters. Matt's 0 for 3. 3 fly balls to center field. With Buchholz on the mound. 2 on, 2 down. And Wieters will take the pitch outside for a ball. Just checking the Orioles' numbers with runners in scoring position this month at 223. On the year, 266. That has been a problem here in the final month, as it was in July. Orioles hit 222 in July, 223 right now. They're 2 worst months in these situations. Pitcher's got a cover. It's a race to the bag. And a good coverage and a good flip. Breslow gets over there as Snyder got it to him. No runs, 1 hit, 2 are left on base. 11-3 Red Sox. Johnson is brought to you by PNC Bank, for the achiever in you. Next to the Rockettes, the best leg kick on the East Coast. Right there.
Well, we actually have a better one than that. We might show you all
later,
our fans
tomorrow.
Before the weekend's over.
Yeah, before the weekend's over. All right. Pierce is going to play in right field with Nick Markakis coming up. Priority's gone to center for Jones. Dan Johnson is going to play at first. Valencia will stay in the ball game at third.
Flaherty goes over to shortstop.
Chris Snyder will do the catcher.
And Ryan Flaherty roaming everywhere. First base last night, third base tonight, shortstop.
So Jonathan Scope, the only starter, along with McLouth, still in the game. It'll be Johnny Gomes coming to the plate. Gomes has had a couple of singles, a walk, and a fielder's choice. Go to the ninth inning. The 11-3 ball game. Red Sox took off in the first inning and haven't bothered to stop. And there's another one. Way back in left field. And goodbye, home run. Johnny Gomes, a 3-hit ball game. Gets the RBI starting off the ninth inning and makes it 12-3.
Well, Will Middlebrook said Gomes helped him prepare. So if you watch the last inning with Belfiore coming in, didn't get a breaking ball over, so what are you going to look for? You're going to look for a fastball, and that's what he gets. And it's outside middle. This is Camden Yards. Big, strong guy. You can see the trigger. It's a hitch if you can't hit. It's trigger if you can. And Johnny Gomes, run number 12.
And that's how he leads off the ninth inning. Here's Ryan Lavarnway. He'll hit for Salta Lamarquia. This one has turned into a spring training game. With these expanded rosters and the big score, both managers getting their regulars out. Boy, what a tough start for Mike Belfiore. Giving up 2 home runs, Ortiz and Gomes. Breaking ball, Lavarnway will take it inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Lavarnway has played now in 24 games, only 74 at bats. He's had 7 doubles, 1 home run, extra base hits. 1-1 delivery, and that'll be foul. Series that, as we noted earlier, had been marked by great pitching and defense. This one, a lot of runs. Only one other game this year has been like this. The Orioles had a 13-2 loss on the 27th of August. The other ones have all been pretty close. A couple of extra inning ball games. But the Red Sox have had 2 where their offense has exploded.
It doesn't take much for them. I mean, you really have to be on your game, and they make you throw strikes. Pitchers don't really want to do that. They want to throw enough strikes to get you to swing at balls. The Red Sox don't usually participate in that kind of event.
2-2 the other way. Foul.
And then they hit the ball to all fields. Nice little offense.
Goju Ahara throwing in the bullpen.
Yeah, they have new hitting instructor Greg Colburn comes on, and they don't pretty much stop. Even when they did the fold in 2011, they scored over 5 runs a game when they went 7-20. That's September.
2-2 jammed him, popped him up to second. Jonathan Scopes under that one and puts it away. 1 away here in the ninth inning. Updating you on the voting for the AT&T Player of the Game, Chris Davis has the edge at the moment. Text in your vote, A, B, or C, 31826. Results on the O's Extra post-game show.
Xander Bogaerts coming in, their young phenom.
Bogaerts will hit for Drew at a big night. Triple, single, 3 RBIs for Drew in the game. Drew getting his fifth 3 RBI ball game of the year. And Bogaerts will take the pitch inside. Bogaerts with 1 down and nobody on. He's had a 6 for 14 against the left-handers, 4 for 25 against righties. So he gets some major league experience under his belt this year. 2-0 delivery to him. Bogaerts fouls it off. Game number 17 for him. This is going to be his 40th at bat if he gets one here. A couple of doubles, a home run for extra base hits. Two and one. And Bogaerts will take it. It's in there for a strike. Belfiore out of Boston College. Went to high school in Comac, New York, where he grew up. Here's the 2-2 delivery. And that'll bounce. So the count's full, 3-2. Bogaerts only 20 years old, went through the season, the youngest player in the International League and the 3rd youngest active major leaguer with Bryce Harper and Yerkes and Profile.
20 home runs, A-ball, AA last year, and almost 300 this year at AA and AAA.
And he smacks that one into left field. McLeod going over to try and hold him to a single. He will throw back into second base.
Well, here it is, 12-3, and that's exactly, if you're John Farrell, you want your young players coming out of the box. He was thinking double till Nate McLeod scurried down into the corner and got to it quickly.
So Bogaerts on. That'll bring a visit to the mound. Will Castro, the pitching coach, coming out as Troy Patton, the left-hander, warming up for the Orioles. Scott Feldman got tagged. He gave up 8 runs, 8 hits, 2 1/3. Zach Britton 3 2/3, no runs, 5 hits, 2 strikeouts. Steve Johnson an inning and 2/3, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts, 2 runs, no hits. And Mike Belfiore coming on has surrendered the 3-run homer to Ortiz, charged with 1 of those runs and the home run by Gomes here in the 9th inning. Will Middlebrooks. Middlebrooks a 1 for 4 base hit that came in the 3rd inning. Goes after the first pitch. Johnson over, no play. We were talking about the Beards earlier, that they're going to carry through the playoffs. Good luck, Charms. They've become the mark of the Red Sox. If you really want to see what a team like this look like and who they look like as a team, go back to the House of David. A barnstorming baseball team, Jewish team out of Benton Harbor, Michigan, that made some great baseball history. Played 1916 through the 1930s. And they were all bearded. And they played some great baseball. They have a museum there in Benton Harbor that's dedicated to the House of David team. And if you look at these Red Sox players, looks just like that team. 1 ball, 1 strike count. In the dirt, block.
Yeah, a lot of guys. I mean, I remember talking to Craig Breslow, who came on in relief in the 8th inning, and I said, are you going to grow the beard? He said, I'm kind of on the fence, and he's got one now. So as the season has progressed, some guys have maybe embraced it.
They learned from the Boston Bruins. Worked for the Bruins. Get those playoff beards going. And I guarantee you're going to hear more about the House of David as the postseason goes along. That's a story waiting to unfold as the networks look for every imaginable story they can bring out. And that's a good one, because it'll take you back to some tremendous baseball teams. 2-ball, 2-strike count on Middlebrooks. Runner on at first base. Bogarts with the 16th hit of the game for the Red Sox. Fouled away, 2-2. Slips out of his hand away. So a full count, 3-2 with only one down. Middlebrooks with Bradley Jr. waiting on deck. Red Sox have piled up the at-bats. Going through for the 5th time.
I'm sure Billy Castro, Oriole pitching coach, said use all your pitches. And of course, in doing that, you still have to be able to command them. Both of the home runs on fastballs.
Cardinals trying to take care of business tonight, leading the Cubs 6-0. They're in the 6th inning of their ball game. They're about to put a division championship away. 3-2 delivery. That'll go to short. There's one. Flaherty. And Jonathan Stokes turns it for the double play. 1 run, 1 hit. Gomes got the home run. And we go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Red Sox lead it.
Came in the highest scoring team in the American League, and they have been laying it on tonight.
16 hits for the Boston Red Sox, 3 more home runs against the Orioles. Orioles themselves not a big offensive night, but they do have home runs from Davis and Adams, both 53 and 33 on the night.
So the Orioles coming to bat in the bottom of the 9th. We're coming back with the postgame. For now, back upstairs to Gary and Jim.
All right, Jim and Rick will have a lot to recap offensively in this ball game. 12-3 and a 16-hit attack by Boston. Here's Koji O'Hara coming on to finish it off.
Well, he has saved the bacon for the Red Sox this year. It was supposed to be Joel Hanrahan, maybe Andrew Bailey as the closers. Both of them lost forearm surgery for Hanrahan, shoulder for Bailey, and here comes Koji, who pitched well for the Rangers last year. They sign him. Look at the average, 130. He retires. Well, he gets his 21 save, and then he gives up 1 run in the last 31 appearances. And then Danny Valencia, 37 consecutive batters he faced. He hit a triple down into the line. The Weeders hit a sacrifice fly, and the Orioles get on the board against him. But he's been lights out. Fastball splitter, and it works.
Coming on to get a little work in here. He last worked on the 22nd. Worked an inning against Toronto, got his 21st save, so that's his last outing. So they just want to get an inning in here. He leads Major League relievers. He's had 43 perfect appearances and leads American League leaders with 63 scoreless games. Koji O'Hara.
No home runs in the last 38 and a third innings, even though he's a high ball pitcher. Very deceptive.
Chris Snyder will be the batter. This will be his first at bat, coming on to do the catching. Nate McLouth then Jonathan Scope will be due up here in the 9th inning. Buchholz looking to win his 12th. He'll be 12-1. Feldman will take the loss. He will be 12-12 on the year. It'll be victory number 97 for the Red Sox, moving closer to having the best record in the league. Oakland will play later. They're just underway in Seattle. And Snyder takes the pitch outside. 3-0 from Koji. .30 count. And that pitch is taken for a strike.
Yeah, the last thing the Red Sox won, I mean, the Orioles want this. They won a lot of pitches and some runs. Hasn't happened very often, as we mentioned, but Red Sox don't want a high pitch count for Koji, because I would imagine they'll probably use him again on Sunday, or maybe even tomorrow night if it's a save situation.
The Orioles looking to win a season series against Boston for the second year in a row. With the loss here tonight, it will be a 9-8 season series. Orioles with the advantage by 1 with 2 to go. 3-ball, 2-strike delivery. O'Hara gets it in, throttling way back.
Well, he doesn't throw a splitter until the 6th pitch and then throws it perfect. And this is what this year has been about. With the Orioles, he came up, he was signed, he was a starter. About the 3rd time through the order, maybe would run out of gas as a bullpenner. And he was very good for the O's. A lot of strikes.
And another one right there, Nate McLouth.
And again, I mean, he's part of one of the best trades the Orioles ever made, and that was down to Texas for Tommy Hunter and Chris Davis. And it all happens because the Rangers are going to the postseason and Darren O'Day has a bad hip. And they need somebody out of their bullpen, and it was Koji.
1-ball, 2-strike count on McLouth. Nate 0 for 3 in the ball game. Chance still to extend his 4-game hit streak in his final at bat. One-two delivery, and that's going to be taken down low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Impressive performance here. The Red Sox, first inning with the 5 runs and 5 hits, just devastating. And that's going to go in a diving pitch. What a play by Nava in right field. Hauling it in and robbing McLouth of at least 1.
So he said he can play left, he can play first. Gutsy play right here, and I'm sure as he goes to track it and it was hit on the nose, he's thinking, I don't really want to play this into a double or a triple. Great play.
So 2 down, and that pitch to Jonathan Scope in for a strike. On delivery. O'Hara up high with it. 1-1. So the Orioles will have to regroup, try and get them tomorrow here in game 2 of the 3-game set.
Yeah, it'll be Lester, who's 15-3, but he's only 1-3 in his last 4 outings against the Orioles. And then Wei and Chen wants to finish the year with a win, get over 500.
Wei and Chen wants a little retribution. He was involved in that ball game where there was the other blowout against the Red Sox. He took the loss in that 13-2 game. That ball will miss away. 2-ball, 2-strike count. Two delivery and a ground ball towards second base. Holt over to get it. Ball game over. So 1-2-3 inning as Koji O'Hara comes on to set the Orioles down. Red Sox come away with a 12-3 win in the opener, putting it away early, 12-16-0 to the Orioles, 3-8-0. Tomorrow, Game 2, Wei and Jen will take the mound against John Lester. Our coverage begins at 6:30 on Masson HD with O's Extra, presented by Geico, followed by our game action at 7. This has been a Masson presentation. Jim and Rick, O's Extra, presented by PNC, coming up right now. Buck holds the winner. He is 12-1. Scott Feldman takes the loss on the year, 12-12. We'll see you tomorrow right back here, tomorrow evening for Game 2. For Jim Palmer and all of our crew, I'm Gary Thorne. Adieu.